Then you get something.
What's up, gamers?
What's up, gamers?
What is up, Silent Nation? It's your boy, Silent Echo UK, back at it again with the DM for the Trials of the Wild. Here we have Michelangelo, Rovan, Bjorn, Lance, and Nephilim, and I will be your host as the DM for today.
Wait, but you're not the,
Well, I mean,
the
that's-
host. I thought that was just like an intro line, you know? Like the guy in Wayne's World who's just like, and Wayne!
I
Alright.
thought that was a pretty good intro, to be honest.
Hello?
Darth Elgar! Yeah, you know, do the stacks.
I was good for 20 seconds. What is happening?
What we're doing the stacks now. That's where you wear a business suit and then change immediately into a Reebok tracksuit. And only wear one of those two things. Both of them making you look like a mafia boss, but one from Italy and the other one from Romania. I've made that joke 2 stacks, so I don't mind saying it on stream. Because nobody's going to watch anyway. So,
Oh well.
anyone want to do a brief recap?
Do you want my recap? Like, as in me and Rovan's recap?
No.
No.
We let me.
You met
Where's
Grace Isadora O'Callaghan.
We met Grace Isadora O'Callaghan, exactly, who was very excited
Yes.
to be here
Yes.
with all of you. And then
And then she
I
took you
can't
to the
find
Big
my
Rith's.
notes.
She took you to the Big Rith's breath.
Yeah, she took us to the
Nephilim
big
and Rovan disappeared on the way. So Nephilim and Rovan, you did in fact meet Grace Isadora O'Callaghan. Small detail that I missed out. Redhead human, very well presented and seemed posh as fuck. And then just very much like, oh, darlings, I've been here already. And yeah.
Waters Tracer.
Then you guys met Eddie Lee, who turned out to be Lance's father.
That's my dad.
Fuck.
Yeah, you missed it, man.
And you heard about how he lost his eyes. Yeah,
Yeah.
less exciting. Then you went
Eddie
shopping.
Lee.
Yes.
He's got
So is
a
that
weasel.
Lance
It's
Lee?
turnip.
Is your name Lance Lee?
I love the hat.
Oh, hilarious. Very good. I mean, if you want to call me by my father's last name, sure, but like my actual name is also not Lance. It's just short. Or
Your actual
Lance-
name is just short.
No, it's short.
I thought we were talking about your character,
Lance-
Shirley, not you.
Excuse me.
Yeah, the higher pitched it goes, the less true it is, guys. Yeah, so then you decided to go shopping, and Lance ended up chasing a half-orc through some alleys
Psh, no, nobody needs to know that.
after making an offhand comment about Tusk Love.
Okay. What the fuck have we missed?
Yo, that's an insight of all the people who watch Critical Role.
Yeah, it is. And it's very funny that it's now canon. You came across a magic store, Diadua's Magical Oddities, which was nestled between 2 buildings and what appears to be a courtyard with tables of wares just sitting on grass lawns. You remember, guys, I was describing the way that, like, once you're off the main streets, it's, like, very grass and open
Grass
and orchards and stuff. Yeah, it's just, like, a smaller version of that, courtyard surrounded by high buildings on all sides, and just to be like an open-air magic shop. Super interesting. And you purchased a few items, including some adamantine armor, 2 spell scrolls, a healing potion, and you were just about to find out what Diadua could do instead of accepting payment for the Ring of Shooting Stars.
That sounds a bit
Oh,
weird.
right, that busted item.
And that is where we're starting today. So Rovan and Nephilim, I'm afraid. Oh, do you want to recap your session real quick? I mean, you're welcome to.
Oh no, I was just gonna be like, where are we?
Yeah, well, you guys are currently looking for the party.
Cool.
Might take you a minute. This shop is a little difficult to find. It was quite a high check that found this shop, actually.
Can I try and track big stone footprints?
It is
That's
largely
quite gross.
cobbles, so
Ah.
on the main roads, like anywhere that carts wouldn't be expected to go is grass, and everywhere else is cobbles, and there's just sort of a very smooth fade between those two states. All right, so I just need to put some music on for my own peace of mind. You guys welcome to have whatever you want. So, the elven woman in front of you, there is something you might be able to do.
What's that?
I'm looking for certain examples of an interesting item. There's a few of them around. They're scattered far and wide. They're very difficult to get hold of. But I think I know the location of. But I need somebody to go get it.
The iceberg in the middle of the lake.
No.
Okay.
There's an
cool.
iceberg in the middle of the lake?
Dragons and shit. Doesn't matter.
What?
Maybe. Anyway, where would you like us to go?
Okay, well, if you have a look on Roll20, because that's a thing that exists, guys, remember.
I forgot again.
Oh god, that was loud.
Yes,
Me?
you're very loud all of a sudden,
Yes,
Rams.
you. Very loud. Yeah, and also you're out of
Is
focus.
this better?
That's
No.
louder. Who's clicking constantly? Why is Lofty clicking constantly? Okay, so let me check my map.
I'm letting people know.
Is it just
where we
blurry
are.
for me? It looks like shit. The map.
It takes a
Okay.
second to load in.
Hmm.
It's a big ass map. So it's not too far away from here. Let me get a map and show you. I'm pinging where it is. I'll just move the "you are here" arrow to, so that's where it's.
Oh yeah. No, that's pretty close.
Yeah, it's just across the river, and then up into the mountains. There's a buried tomb or something. I don't exactly have the details, but there's been tales that coming out of that little area that seem very consistent with what I've heard about one of the Scales prophets.
Why is everybody searching for these things? Oh my god.
Who else is searching for these things? Did you know of more of them? You've come across.
No.
Make a deception check with probably disadvantage. I won't force disadvantage on that, but I mean, if you feel like that Lance could deliver that with a straight in our face, then it's up to you.
Let me get some d20s out.
Oh,
That's a fat one.
Disadvantage. I got a 20 and a 19.
Wow. Whoa. What is your modifier?
0. So 19.
Not quite good enough, I'm afraid. She rolled a
Oh,
17 with a +3.
Damn it.
Shopkeepers, man. Pretty insightful. All right. I see. I'd be very interested in knowing who else is looking for these.
No one. What are you talking about? What are we talking about? Is that dangerous up in the mountains? In the tomb? They're like dead stuff or undead stuff? Because I don't like undead stuff.
Probably. I mean, that's usually what's in. I mean, definitely dead stuff. Possibly it's undead now.
Ugh.
These things can be fluid, as I'm sure you're aware. Looking at the lot of you, you appear to be an adventuring party. Is this all there is of you? You look
No.
around and you see that Grace has disappeared and is no longer behind you.
It's just me and Lance.
It's
Oh, I'm
just,
Bjorn.
I'm here.
and Bjorn is there also.
Bjorn is just under a counter.
Bjorn
somewhere.
walks behind a counter. It's like, oh, Emmy. That's panic screaming. And Michelangelo, you would have noticed out of the corner of your eye, with your passive perception being what it is, Grace Isadora O'Callaghan just sort of casually watching the conversation, then sort of swinging her handbag onto her shoulder and just nonchalantly walking out the store like she hadn't a care in the world. And, you know, you were preoccupied, didn't say anything at the time. Time has passed. You can try and chase after her if you like. You're more than welcome to. Just because Julie isn't here doesn't mean her character doesn't exist.
I'm sure we'll run into her again.
Probably.
Let's... side note, do you sell diamonds?
Oh, diamonds? No, I keep a few for my own purposes, but they're not for sale. No, there's a number of good gem peddlers around the city. I mean, sure, you could have a look and find something.
All right.
I mean, I'd probably recommend Phil's.
Phil's.
Yes,
Phil's?
not to be confused with Phil Steve. But yes, Phil's. Honestly, we've been telling him for ages that it's a terrible name to go with when there's such an already established brand, you know?
Okay.
All right, where can we find him?
Oh, just outside the palace.
Okay.
So,
Are you friends, you and Phil?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
I mean,
It's good to
I occasionally buy from him, and you know, if that makes me
Oh,
a
yeah.
friend.
I guess I don't know how that works with you
Yeah,
guys.
so yes, if you just not inside the inner wall, but just on the outside of the side wall of the Cyril Court, you'll find Phil's and a few other odds and ends. That's the more upmarket area for things of that nature. It's sort of gaudy stuff over there. If you not really my cup of tea, you know. I prefer a more honest living.
all right.
I prefer a more honest living.
That's the sounds of Tottenham. I'm sorry.
Yes, I mean, I like to sell sparkle that actually has substance.
All right. Well,
Cool.
let's go back to discussing finding this piece of scale.
Oh yes, I mean,
So
if you were able to retrieve this piece of scale for me, I could put quite a sizable discount on the ring for you.
Well, you can't just give it to us. Piece of scale for the ring. I mean,
How much do you think a scale is worth? Oh my goodness.
Fuck.
well, it's a piece of an artifact, right?
I mean, no, I don't need a piece of scale. I need a whole one.
Whole scale.
Yes,
Alright.
it
What
should
kind
be
of scale is it?
about 2 foot across, about a foot in width, something like that.
Color?
Sort of a browny purple. It's very strange. It feels like stone, but acts like leather.
Can I make an insight check to see if she knows, like, that there are pieces of the thing and not just the whole thing? Also.
Yeah, sure. Make an insight check.
14.
All right. Yeah. I mean, she knows that there can be pieces of this larger object.
She didn't seem like it.
Oh, she was like, "No, I don't want a
piece."
piece. I want a whole one."
Uh,
So, like, the
What's
piece
it?
that you have is not a whole scale. That would not be good enough.
Yeah.
You need to retrieve a
I thought
whole
there was
scale.
just one scale in general. I thought it was like an artifact.
the piece that we have matches
I mean,
the
you don't
description.
know. So.
Does the piece that we have match the description she gave?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, if we know that it's scattered into more than, like, if there's only one of these scale thingies, and she's just like, "Oh no, get me the whole artifact that I know has been scattered in 1,000 pieces, and
All
if
right.
you get the
yeah,
whole
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
I will give you the discount." That's
No, she. With that insight, I will say that she seems like to legitimately think that this is a good opportunity for all parties.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit weighted on her side, but she's a merchant. What she does.
So, how big would that discount be, woman?
Oh, at least 10%.
Wait, how much does the thing cost again?
Like 50,000.
Yeah, that is 1,500 gold you're saving.
Yeah, but we don't have the rest.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't think we needed that much. Do you have a bag of holding?
A bag of holding?
Mm.
Oh, let me see.
I saw that thing on Isadora. That's
Oh yeah.
handy.
Oh, yes, your friend's handbag. Yes, that was
Yeah,
rather
yeah,
well
yeah.
done, to be honest. Normally the bag needs to be bigger.
I just guess she's got the money.
You know, I really should put a tag in my book for where the magic item costs are. Oh, yes, that'd be 420 gold.
Should we get one, guys?
Yes. I think it's a good investment.
What does
Okay.
bag of holding do?
You can
Hold
put
stuff.
all kinds of shit in there, like massive amounts of stuff, and it's just
You don't
a
know
bag.
you're not there.
Yeah,
Is
true.
the answer.
You don't know. You're not there.
You did see Grace Isadora O'Callaghan pull a rapier out of her handbag. Because that was in the bar before you.
Well, I need a place to
left.
put my coil, so yeah, let's do that.
Can I see the bag?
Sure, we
Usually-
have a selection. What color would you like?
Am I gonna be the one that's wearing that? Because then I want it to be like
Blue.
blue greenish.
I don't have quite your shade, but possibly something complementary. A darker,
Like something
perhaps?
like that's kind of oceany, you know, or like water, windy things, stuff.
Let me have a look and see what we've got in the bag. And she turns around and does a and walks through a doorway that immediately disappears.
Shouldn't Bjorn hold it? That way he can carry this artifact on him.
Yeah, no, I'll do it. It's fine.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
gonna steal my things.
Yes, also, I could kill you right now, and you couldn't even do anything about it because you hit one
Who's
person.
killing
I'll
who?
dodge it.
As she steps
I'll
out of
dodge it.
thin air. Who's killing who exactly? And she's holding
You're-
3 bags in her arms. One is a deep navy, like a royal blue. Not a royal blue, but like a deep navy that's trending towards royal blue at the corners. It's kind of got that like fade to softer color, going towards the seams. Looks like the dye was more centered in the center of the cloth for the practiced textile eye. Then there's a bright red one. She thought maybe just something that catches the eye. And there's also a brown one that seems reminiscent of decking.
Go with the blue.
You said something nautical, and I thought this one, but this one's always reminded me of the deck of a ship. So...
That's very true. Damn it, I want both.
Well, for 800 gold, you can have both, my dear.
How about for 500 gold? I can have both.
How about no?
Alright. 400 you said for the blue one, right?
I believe I said 550.
No, I'm pretty sure you said 400.
No, I think I said 550.
If one is 550, why are both of them 800? That seems like a much too large discount.
Oh, does it? Oh, maybe it's just 500 then.
Yeah, I think it was like for 20. That seems smart.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure, 420.
Mhm.
Seems reasonable.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because then that would be a 5% discount for 2. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm.
Yep.
Get the idea, she's really bad at pricing.
Okay, I buy the blue one because
You take the blue one. Oh, what
to
a
buy the
wonderful
blue one.
choice.
Yeah.
Feel free to come back for the
Thanks.
decking one. Don't know if anyone's going to pick it up.
Yeah, if you can sell them anything else first, that would be nice because I might come
Mhm.
back for it because I really like it. But yeah.
Okay, no worries. So what you get is like a like a satchel tote. So it's got like the big thick drawstring in the top that bunches up, and then it's like a little cylinder and with the single strap to sling it either across or over one shoulder. So it's very
Nice.
easy to just like pull it up and just kind of yank it open and reach in. And yeah, I mean, you have a look and you inspect this bag. It appears to be totally empty. Nothing inside.
What's the like max
It's not
capacity of this bag? How much can we put into it?
Hang on, it's measured in volume.
It's 500 pounds or 64 cubic feet.
Yes, so it actually opens to another dimension. Highly recommend you avoid portable holes while while carrying a bag.
What's a portable hole? Never mind.
Basically if you have another magic item that opens to another plane, I would be very careful with placing this item in.
Okay, what will happen if I do?
Probably you'll die.
I'm very hard to kill.
Yes, but you would be transported to a plane of existence that is one way and not be able to get back unless you happen to know plane shift. That's a very high level spell. But if you don't, then you'll probably get eaten by some kind of a leviathan that's 500 miles long.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This
All
is
right.
Okay. No.
Normally
no
people don't
other
ask for the detail, but the
portals, okay.
disclaimer is just avoid portable holes.
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
And other bags of holding, like don't put a bag of holding inside a bag of holding.
Okay.
Okay. Just to let you know that in an emergency, you can put yourself inside there, but there is no air, so you will suffocate if you stay in there too long.
Yeah. Got it.
And other than that, I think you're good to go. Oh, don't turn it inside out when you've got a lot of stuff in it. It makes quite the mess.
Oh, is everything coming out if you do that?
Yes, exactly.
I turn it immediately inside out.
Like 3 polystyrene foam pieces fill out.
And I put it the normal way again, and then start to put some shit in there. So.
All right, so you just like drop kegs, squat.
Yeah.
Put shit in there the old-fashioned way, directly.
It's just a portable toilet.
What the fuck is happening?
So
I don't
wait,
know what is happening now.
Did we decide that the ring is not worth going for?
I don't know. Did you decide that?
I don't know.
I
Lance,
think so.
did we decide that? Because we can't
mean,
afford the rest of it.
Yeah. Even with 10% off,
Oh man,
even
this
with
ring
half
is
off, we
boosted,
can't buy the rest. Like, we have a total gold of like 2,173 left after shopping because we spent half of it.
Someone who's there make an intelligence check. In fact, Bjorn, you haven't done anything recently. Make an intelligence check as you watch this conversation. You're pretty smart.
Let's see if that's true.
Right?
1.
Oh my god.
Wait,
You're a halfling, you reroll ones.
Did he act? Oh yeah, you did roll. Oh.
Bjorn?
19.
Nice! Plus?
Ooh.
23.
Alright. Plus 23?
plus 4.
I understood. So you're watching a conversation, and having watched this woman's attempts at haggling and how inept she is, you get the feeling that if you showed up holding a scale, she'd be a lot happier to give you whatever you want than this conversation about something that's not happening yet. When things are in front of her, she seems much like when somebody starts pulling gold out, she seems to get much more framed in the moment than outside of it, and you begin to understand how she might actually make a living.
On second thought, this ring does seem incredibly.
Hey, you don't know
overpowered.
this, Michelangelo. That's something Bjorn knows, but he could share with the group either at a later point or now. Although,
Wait, what? What is this? What do I know?
well, you just made the
You know that
intelligence
if we-
check. Then I explained what it is that you knew because of the intelligence check. Were you listening?
I wasn't fully listening. No.
So essentially, the woman is bad at haggling,
Shame.
and you think if you show up with a scale in your hand and say, "Oh, so how much off that ring?" you might get something that's a lot larger than 10%.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I'll share that with the group.
Well, I mean, in front of her.
Um.
She stood right there.
No, not in front of her. No.
Okay.
I'll wait. I'll wait until later on.
All right. So,
All right. Yo, Bjorn, do you want to put your artifact thingy in here?
Yeah.
All right, put it in.
I mean, Lance was carrying it anyway because he couldn't carry it, if I recall.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, right. I put it in.
All right. So, was there anything else that you were looking for?
No,
it's all
I'll
good
do
for
that,
me.
I think.
All right then. Well, have a lovely day.
Thanks.
Thanks.
She just sort of stands there awkwardly staring at you.
Okay, let me see if I.
And we
Alright,
cut
guys.
away from there to Rovan and Nephilim just walking out at the bottom of Tiles and Trials. Tiles and Times and Trials.
They went tile shopping for the new bathroom.
Guys haven't even bought the house yet, but they're saving up one tile at a time.
See, I still can't decide between the black tiles or the yellow ones with the red dots.
Yeah, people used to ask me why I had a brick in my school bag, and I was like, hey, I think it's important to start saving for a house as early as possible.
God.
All right, so where are we on the mippy mip?
On the mappy map, you are, well, there, yes, but more specifically than that,
There.
you are, yeah, there. And
We remember the. Gone.
the for the other player's information, not your character's information, you're currently here. So,
Very close, but this is we don't know that.
about a mile away.
Could Rovan, do you know any sort of way that we can find them?
I'll let you
I
make a
thought that's-
survival check to answer that question if you think.
Yeah, let me. Yeah.
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 16.
16. And that including your plus?
Yep.
All right. So, with a 16, Rovan turns to Nephilim and says, looking would be the traditional method. You could go and you knew that they were going to the Big Earth Breath. You could try and track them there, or you could go there and see if you can figure out where they went from there. Or you could wander around the retail district knowing that Lance was probably going to go shopping at some point. And then look for the big blue one.
See, that would be smart. Would Nephilim be that smart?
Well, Rovan was that smart just now because he rolled a survival check for it. So that's what Rovan knows.
Oh, right. Okay. Rovan, you pick where we go.
I'm gonna start walking into the retail. Is it like
Yeah,
the retail
you're kind of
district?
already in the retail area, so you can just like wander around a bit.
And how often is there a big blue creature walking around?
Not very often at all. You haven't seen another. You haven't ever seen another being that looks like Lance. He's one of a kind as far as you're concerned.
Walk up to a shop, like just a random shop front, and just ask someone, "You seen a big blue person?"
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's a guy behind the counter. It's like it's a little street cart selling baked potatoes with like a very nice like vegan dressing. And oh yeah, no, Big Blue, you said. No, can't say I have. Not passing by this way.
Big Blue.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Bye. I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna just be walking around doing that.
Baked potatoes, get your baked potato. Yeah, okay, so roll a
Nephilim, you
general.
hungry?
Roll a general charisma
I'm
check.
good.
General charisma check. Yeah. Last time I rolled a charisma check, no one would talk to me.
To be fair, no one was going to talk to you no matter how you rolled on that particular check, if I recall.
Okay, that's 15.
15. Yeah, so eventually, as you're making your way westwards, across, sort of in a northwesterly direction across this retail district, you do eventually find somebody who saw somebody big and blue, which direction they were going. You go a little bit further down and ask somebody else, and they're like, oh yeah, no, they went that way. And then you get to a point and you're like, oh, you've run out of people who have seen the big blue person, and you're like, oh, well, that's annoying. So you go back to the last place you had just in time to see them coming out of an alleyway at the side, an alleyway that you hadn't even noticed. It just suddenly Lance is there, and she got a new big duffel bag and appears to be carrying nothing else, and you kind of wonder where all the party stuff went.
My trident. I still carry my trident, but yeah.
You didn't put it in the bag? I kind of thought you were going to put it in the bag.
No, everything but my trident.
It just keeps getting, it's still just like every time you turn without thinking, it's like, by the way, guys, just to give you an impression of what it's like traveling around with Lance, every time there's a doorway, trident hits it. Every time she turns around a corner, trident hits it. You know, it's just constantly these
coming out the alleyway,
scrapes.
the trident.
Yeah, the trident. As she turns out of the alleyway, the back of the trident sticking out at the angle hits the far side. It's taller than she is, and she's big.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How you doing?
So, where have you been? We went shopping, and we saw my dad, and you weren't there. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, where have you been?
Why do you sound so fucking sinister, Michelangelo? What the hell?
It's the hat. It's because he's wearing the hat. Nobody honest wears a hat like that. Only people who are like trying to be undercover before robbing a place wear a hat like that.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I went to the museum and Rovan followed me. But, you know, we went to the museum, we found some cool shit. A lot of interesting stuff. In fact, we saw something. Do you know the scale? Do you guys still have the scale?
Yeah,
Oh, we have a piece of
a piece of it.
Yeah, that.
I mean,
see it?
where is everything?
I'm holding it currently.
The rest is in here.
Here it is. That one piece of scale we have.
Rowan, it is the same, right, as the one we saw.
Yeah.
Appears to be.
Okay. All right, we found out a lot of stuff from the museum, and they actually have a scale in the middle of one of the museum things called the Tears of Seda Querist. That's the name of the exhibition, and it's just like a bunch of stuff that they found. But yeah, they have this exact same scale, and that like kind of intrigued me because the other thing that was kind of nuts, right, at this museum. So, do you guys know how old the world is?
Can I make like a history check?
Sure, make a history check.
Can I also make a history check?
In mind that 17.
You made a 17?
I don't know how
Okay, Lance, you are well aware that the world is about 3,200 years old.
Yeah, about 3,200 years old.
What did he just say?
3,200 years old.
Ish, yeah.
I can't remember the exact number. Like, it's been a while since I've been to school under the sea, so like...
Yeah, 0 SQ was about But you had 1900 PSQ as one of the earliest dates you remember.
Why? Do you ask?
No, maybe it's-
Michelangelo, make a history check.
Okay.
That might help, actually.
I rolled a 10.
You've never thought about how old the world is.
Hey, okay. 32, about 3,200.
Yes. Yeah. Like,
Everything is confusing.
plus minus. So why?
Because
What did
So,
you think how old it was? Like,
So no,
6
what we
billion
found in
years
the
ago.
museum is that it's 1851. Is
Yeah,
Am I remembering that
1851 is the year, and you've never seen any recorded year before 0SQ.
and that there were these items from before the Sede Aquarist, or before we started counting. Then that's the items that were in this exhibition at the museum. One of them being a piece of scale that was clearly older than the one I've seen we have. Yeah, I don't know why it was. We went there. It was interesting. Some cool stuff I found out. I've never really left my
The piece of
village,
scale
so-
that you guys have is older than the one that was in the museum.
Oh,
oh,
well,
Now that you
How do we
examine
know
it,
that?
because Rovan's looking at it, and he made a good check for seeing how old things were in an earlier session.
Okay.
also we found a book called A Study of Scales, but it's obviously in the museum.
Well, you didn't find the book actually. You found reference to the book.
Found reference to a book called A Study of Scales, which sounds like something we should
it
maybe get. Because
Yeah, you guys did get the name of the person who wrote that as well, which is methylquincan. Sorry, chincan.
Chincan. Yeah. And does the name Enwina mean anything to you guys?
The name
Any of
what?
you? Enwina.
To Lance, it does.
Yeah, sure. Can't remember what right now because the DM didn't tell me.
Yeah, that Lance remembers. So I'll have you make a history check to see what you remember, but otherwise you just recognize the name.
16.
Yeah, you just recognize the name.
Yeah, I heard of it before. Why?
It referenced like the. All right, I'll actually talk it through a little bit. So there's this X-Men like Guardians of
Guardians
elves.
of Guardians of America.
Yeah, called the Red Thunder, and they have like this massive like engraving. It's really fucking cool. You guys should check it out. To be honest, I would like to just go there now, but it will probably waste time. But it's really cool, and they have the engravings of everyone. And essentially, they found a bunch of stuff. They were. How do I explain this quickly? So they were like protecting Arelsera.
They were like us, only better.
Yeah, but there was
Us,
lots of
but
them, and they
30 of them over 250 so years.
yeah, a lot of them.
Not
they weren't-
elves either. They were every kind of race.
Yeah,
Yeah, so kind of like
There
us,
was even a flump.
only better.
yeah. There was a bunch of stuff. And oh yeah, and they're also the guys that funded. Do you know the school we went to? Yeah, it's the Red Thunder Charitable School. But anyway,
Wait, what
whatever.
school you went to? That's a different school.
What the?
There's the school and there's the Red Thunder Charitable School. Those are two very different places.
Oh, I thought you just gave me a
The
name for
school is a giant fucking pyramid called the Asta Parete Paideia.
Oh right, yeah, okay. Anyway,
So they founded a school.
they found okay, yeah, but also with all these items, there was a reference to this Enwina, and it was kind of vague. It seemed like a bit of like a, almost like a god or something. Apparently, this Enwina person has been all over the planet and to a bunch of different civilizations, but there are no like records of it. And first of all, I thought we were like the world was only 1851 years old. So now I'm confused about 3200 years. So what?
So there was a
Oh.
time before was it
It's like
Oh,
BC.
yeah, like there was like
Zara? Before
Seda
you had
Querist.
Zeta Querist.
Seda.
So there was apparently
Zeta.
97% of the population got wiped out at year 0.
Yep.
But what happened? Why? You know what happened?
People
Why do you
died.
know this?
Oh, I
How?
learned it in school from the sea elves and with my moms. Because, they lived under the sea. I don't think they were affected as much or something.
They were affected, but a lot less.
Yeah, as much.
You knew that there was a huge thing that went on with the surface world, and it was extremely dangerous for a lot of people under the ocean and stuff. And still, a lot of people still died, but it was more of like secondary effects that were causing problems as opposed to like whatever the primary event was. And it never got covered in school or anything as to exactly what that was. And you got the impression that nobody really knows. Like, we're pretty certain that a meteor wiped out the dinosaurs, but we don't actually know that as a fact, guys. That's just an accepted theory.
Yeah. So, like, there was something going on, above the sea on the land or whatever, and it was, like, really fucking bad. So it was so bad that even, in the ocean, a lot of people and things died, but
you remember
we don't really know what
Lance.
it was. So there was a poem about it. I think I had
could you
to
perform it?
recite it or something. Fuck! It was something with the tears and the thing and the something with growing together or something. God. Listen, if I can find it, I will tell you. I know that it's in my drive.
So
yeah, you're just going back nearly a year, so it's been a while since this poem came up. You want me to render it, or would you like Lance to haltingly remember it?
give me 1 second. I've got someone at the door.
Oh, okay, yeah. Take a second while Jelly realizes that I sent it to her on Discord already.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Now we have to wait for Rams to get back. So, I'm looking forward to hearing Lance's memory of this poem. I wonder how accurate it's going to be. You want to roll a check beforehand to see how well you do? Yeah, make a performance check then.
Oh,
not only
really
do you have
good.
to remember, but you have to remember under the pressure of people watching you.
It's 18.
18. Okay.
Yeah, rolling really well tonight.
Be pretty accurate.
Today. Yeah.
I'm glad this poem's coming up. You guys are just in the middle of the street having this discussion as well.
Yeah. We're walking, okay?
Oh, you're walking and talking? Where are you heading?
Towards
just ambling.
Towards the Phil's Gem Jewelry Diamond Store, just outside the palace walls.
Oh, okay. That's
wherever she said it was.
So that's gonna be. Hang on, you guys aren't there anymore. You guys are here. You know what? While Rams is gone, I'm just gonna very quickly grab an icon.
Also, is there like a key for like what these different colors mean on the map?
You don't know yet, but once you've spent some more time in the city, maybe you will.
Okay.
I mean, I'll tell you what, if you want, I'll let you roll a survival check to see if you figure it out straight away.
Sure. Uh, 13.
13. So you're pretty sure that the purple is retail.
Okay.
Like, town center kind of areas.
Right. Populated.
And you know from walking through the dark green that there was very dense housing, like the most dense housing you've ever seen.
Okay.
I actually found it, by the way, on my phone.
Oh, did you? Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's gonna be like a 3-mile walk for you, but you don't actually know that. So it's gonna take like an hour to get there. With Bjorn's little legs. As Lanceman's giving him a piggyback.
A piggyback?
Okay, so
Not yet,
Lance,
because we're not.
with
Yeah.
your 18 performance check to remember and rendition the poem.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh god, I can't really remember, but it was something like divided. We would like move apart. Together we should step united or something. Fighting something I don't remember. Something hearty. Something hard. To see our sound heard forever. And then, it had like, so long, guys. Doing nothing is doing something. Hiding something is saving nothing. The tears will come relentlessly. The Seda Querist always victoriously. Yeah. Many stood against, yet more stood by, rewarded with the most final the test. The best rallied under the fearsome cry. None survived, all went to their rest. And then it was a whole thing about chaos and corruption and the gods and something with a forge. I can't remember that one. And they couldn't defeat the beast of blight. And then they turned the darkest divine away, tunneled into the beast, held it at bay. The chains they laid to crumble before the world in a state that demons adore. Sorry, I couldn't remember the third one, guys.
Mm.
Poem sucked.
Really, like I remember what it was about more or less, but like,
The only thing I got from that is it was a dark time.
yeah. It's like a weird thing. Yeah.
So you first, you know, Lance, that poem is one that was first discovered because it was quite a famous event when it was first discovered. It was discovered in 632 ESQ.
632 PSQ.
Yeah.
So is
Pre-Seda
it
Querist.
PSQ?
Yeah,
is
pre-Seda
before,
Querist.
right? Yeah, so that was discovered before the event.
That was like
though.
2,500 years ago.
Like 2,500 years ago. Before the whole thing happened, though, it was like really famous and weird and like a whole outcry or something.
It was famous among
discovered.
sea elves, yeah. It was found in an underwater temple of Yaren.
It was found in an underwater temple of Yaren.
It was founded in the underwater temple of Yaren.
Found.
Yeah.
Where was it found?
The underwater
In an
temple,
underwater temple of Yaren.
Wait, Bjorn, did you hear that?
I don't know. Where was it found?
Honestly, I don't know if Bjorn is joking or not there. All right. So what are you guys doing? You're walking and talking. You're heading towards Phil's.
I want to find the underwater temple of Yaren.
Okay. So you're heading towards Phil's, and you're passing by all these shops and stalls, and you know it's coming up to the Harvest Festival, so there's a lot of like stuff that's being brought in, and as you're getting into the this is definitely a more wealthy part of town that you're heading into now. You start to see. For starters, just to give you an idea of geographically of where you are, you're currently around here-ish. Okay. This wall is very high next to you, and you can it just like this wall here is very high because it's sort of the whole city's on somewhat of a slope, like I think San Francisco, and that wall is sort of accentuating that somewhat, because suddenly, you know, instead of the pretty sharp gradient that it is so you can see it towering over a lot of the houses on your right as you walk along towards Phil's. What you're noticing as you go through is that it's a much more upmarket area. You're starting to see a lot less cobblestones, and it's just sort of grass. There's a lot more open space, but the houses that people are living in are very tall, but they're sort of isolated. So if you imagine like the kind of spacing that you get between like a nice house in like a very crowded city, like imagine that house, but it's also like a mini apartment building, as it were, and you know, like like 3 or 4 generations of a family could easily live in that. Although it's elves, so it's probably just one. But there's a lot of like open space and wooded areas that you're actually walking through just in the city. It's very strange because you've got the buildings like carrying around, but then you've also got the trees, and you kind of don't really understand how they get enough light, but it seems very bright even when you should be in shadow. And you realize that it's like as you're walking past a building that you were expecting it to get darker, and it didn't. It just seems to still be like daylight, even though you can't actually see directly at the sun. You'd be in shade right now, and super weird. And Lance, I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
That's really good. Wisdom saving throw, dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Fuck, you're gonna make me look up stats. Give me one.
Fucking.
It was a dirty 20. You get this crawling feeling on your skin, Lance, like somebody was staring at you behind you. You kind of get the same feeling that you had with that half-orc.
Is there anybody behind me?
Unlike the half-orc, you like look and there's nothing there.
Is everything alright, Lance?
I feel like I'm being watched. I don't know, it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't see anyone though.
Someone was looking at you.
Yeah, like the intense staring.
You're like a massive
feeling you get.
Yeah, you kind of attract attention.
Yeah, but like
this group is
I know
quite
that
the ones to get stared at.
I know that I'm pretty, thank you. That's not what I meant. I know the normal staring, oh my god, she's tall and blue and she's got a trident on her back thing, but this was different. It's like the creepy feeling you get when like someone really intensely stares at you.
Someone's stalking you.
Yeah, kind of like that, but I couldn't see anyone. Did you see someone, Michelangelo?
No, I didn't notice anything. Let's just keep going. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, it's probably nothing.
Okay.
All right. So you
maybe
continue
something's
on
in
your
your bag.
So you continue on your way, and you're going along, and you pass by some like very nicely appointed like medieval tavern, and then you would pass like themed dwarven bar that has 0 dwarves inside it, and then you go
Cultural appropriation.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like you go past these bars where it's like, oh, here's the idea of something, but it's not the actual. You know, like everybody in the dwarven bar, like that's serving, is an elf with a fake beard and a helmet on. You know, it's just, it's the
It's slightly awkward.
yeah, it's like, you know, Hooters but for dwarves instead of boobs.
Why is that exactly what I had in my head? And that's so weird that you've said that.
Because I'm very good at describing things with very few words, apparently. Because that was the aim I was going for. So yeah, you're walking by, and You're walking along and you're seeing various different sights. A lot of elves, very elvish area actually. So several of them look at Lance and are sort of and continue on. And there's quite a few that sort of look over the group and then seem very surprised that there's a halfling there. Like they didn't initially see them.
I'm walking extra tall.
You're feeling very obvious right now, all of you. Even Rovan, as somebody who's unfamiliar to the city, you're all feeling a little self-conscious as you move through this heavily elvish area. Then you see a wizard walk into a lamppost. And he drops what he was carrying, swears, tries to gather it up, seems to be having a little bit of trouble locating it all. He's kind of doing the Velma lost her glasses thing, trying to gather up these scrolls, and then he manages to get them all together and get back up to his feet and walks into the lamppost again.
Oh no!
But he manages to hold on to everything. You just hear a fuck, and you know this elvish mother with her 3 children, can't be more than 25, looks around totally shocked.
Is everything alright, mate?
So, you okay?
Yes, I'm perfectly fine. Thank you very much. Fucking lampposts and put them all over the street. I walked into 4 already today.
You been drinking?
Help you?
Not yet. Trying to find the bar.
Well, the dwarven bar is that way, and
No, I'm not going to drink in that fucking
way.
shitty place. Where am I anyway? I've been wandering around for ages.
We're
Right, Arelsera.
Arelsera.
Well, yes, I know which city I'm in.
I think that's the palace wall.
Oh,
Or like,
what? We're in the. Oh, really? Oh, dear.
like some wall that's guarding the palace at least.
Oh,
yeah.
we're not outside the inner wall, are we? The western side of the city? Are we in the western side of the city?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck. Load of posh twats around here. Could you guide me back over to the eastern side? I can't... It's a bit awkward, but I can't actually see at the moment, and I'm not used to it.
Why?
Why?
Well, a little bit of a disagreement. Sort of funny. Not entirely. Should we say a rival for affairs of the heart decided to be funny if I couldn't see anything for, well, apparently ever.
Oh.
Yeah,
That doesn't
it's a little
sound good.
awkward, you see. Like, normally I'd be able to get rid of this one in an instant, but can't check my spell book, can't see my hands. It's proving surprisingly challenging. You've really got to hand it to adventurer wizards, always casting spells in the dark and whatnot. If I can't see what my pinky finger's doing, the whole thing goes sideways and I end up with a pineapple instead of an octopus.
Michelangelo, could you help him? Could you restore his vision?
Do you have like lesser restoration? Or something like that?
Oh, by the way, this is a firbolg. Should have led with that. So the guy's fucking huge and furry, and he's in these full mage robes. That's why you noticed him, because he really stood out. He just walked into a lamppost twice. So when he walks into, like, you know when you walk into a lamppost and you're like, you know, it's a bar and everything? Like, he walked into a lamppost and the thing shook and the lantern hit him in the head because it was swinging, you know? Because that's how tall he is. Michelangelo, to put this into perspective, this firbolg is about your height.
Okay.
But very, very much more like long-limbed rather than bulky, and it sort of looks like he was stretched to that height. So, he's very furry, a big furry beard coming out as well, and it looks like he tried to oil the mustache at some point today, but he couldn't see what he was doing. So it's just like one side's like pretty perfectly done, but the other side like not so much. Yeah, no, I'm just you know. I was trying to find, just walking around really, you know, trying to get into the old boozer, and then I was sort of going to hang around and hope that, you know, somebody came along that could help me with my spell book. Don't suppose any of you know how to cast a spell, preferably a wizard, preferably somebody who can speak Celestial?
Bjorn, you can do stuff.
That Bjorn? Who's that? Sorry, you'll have to tell me how many of you there are. So far, I'm just
13.
sort of going by voice. 13 of you? Wow, I must look like a right idiot walking into that lamppost twice.
A little bit.
Yeah, well, Francisco Dell'Archer is the name. Pleasure to meet you all. What are you all called?
Lance.
Lance?
I'm Bjorn.
Bjorn? Hey, you sound very
Michelangelo.
far away. You crouched.
Yeah, he's a halfling.
Oh, jolly good. I'll, try not to stand on you. Sorry, it's the long legs. You know how it is. Always got to watch out for you smaller folk.
You'd be lucky if I help you now.
Yeah, I mean, just to put it into perspective, he's like 6 feet taller than you. Like, you really do come up to below his knee. Like, him standing on you is an actual concern from how high he lifts his feet as he's walking. You feel, it's the same problem that you have with Michelangelo, but Michelangelo doesn't lift his legs so high. He's a little bit, he's a lot more torso and a lot less leg, whereas the Spearbog is a lot of leg.
I'm blind.
And
Yeah,
blind,
blind.
yes. Bloody nightmare. We're not trying to be rude. Not like these twats around us. I'm sure if we're where you say we are. If we're not, then I guess I look like an idiot, and this is just some great street theatre. Hello, everybody, and YouTube, if that exists yet.
What's cute?
Oh, I'm a little displaced in time and reality. You know how it is. I'm blind at the moment. I'm navigating by pure weave right now. It's like seeing the Matrix. It's the worst. Picking up all these influences from other planes.
Like what?
So,
I mean, planes and stuff. Apparently
Okay.
those fly in the sky, but
Can
I've
you see
always
my
known them as
bag?
places where people live. But what can you say,
Can you see my bag?
eh? No. Oh, is it a bag of holding? That'll be what
Yes.
the gap is. Alright, well, I know where you are then. I say, you must be
Hey.
pretty tall as well. Unless you're
Oh,
wearing it
yeah.
as a hat.
No. I'm not wearing it as a hat. I'm just reading.
Oh, that'd be a good one, wouldn't it? If you had like a chef hat type thing, you made out a bag of holding. That'd be fantastic. Oh, I might make a note of that one. Oh! Bugger!
I like this guy.
Could somebody find my notebook? It's somewhere in this pile. And then, if you could put some ink in my quill and put it in my hand.
Bjorn, can you help him with the spell, please?
I
This
don't.
is great.
wait,
I don't know how to help.
Wait, what happened to him
so-
again?
Francisco,
He's
can
blind.
we?
But
can-
he was blinded by something.
Yes, my love rival. Yes. Literal Arturo, the bastard. I mean, to be
Who?
fair, it's pretty funny, but I honestly, you say to somebody, "Hey, you're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen," and the guy next to you goes, "Yeah, you're right. I don't think you should see anything else." She thought it was hilarious. I thought he was a bastard. I haven't spoken to him for a week now. He does
Okay.
keep leaving me messages, though. I think he feels bad, but I'm not going to ask him to help.
How do we
well,
fix
would
Yeah,
our
how do we fix
resident
this?
wizard, halfling wizard Bjorn, be allowed to look at your
Can
to
you
look
speak
at
Celestial? Bjorn, can you speak Celestial? He says, bending all the way over and sort of turning his head sideways like he's looking for you.
I can't speak celestial. No.
Ah,
Can
bugger.
somebody
No, I need someone who can. I make all my notes in Celestial. You see, stops nosy eyes. Most people can't speak it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can help
A
you
little
find
bit-
someone that does.
No, do you know someone who speaks Celestial?
Well, no, but we
Do
can
we?
find someone.
Does anybody of us speak celestial?
That would be something where you would look at your language proficiencies.
Yes. Well, I don't.
I
Oh
don't.
wait, maybe I do. Hold on. Where do I even see that?
So bottom left.
It's bottom left. Proficiencies in languages, with your
Oh.
armor and your weapons
see.
and your tools and your languages.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Did he?
Roban?
Oh wait.
No.
No.
Never.
Oh, I speak Celestial.
Ah, see.
You.
No, jolly good.
Read his notes, dude.
yeah. All right. Can I? Yeah. Can you pass me the notes?
How do you forget that?
So Bjorn. Oh yeah,
You-
I think I can get you to
you
roughly the right
angel.
part of the book.
All right.
And he pulls out this very, very nicely inlaid book. So he's a very dark chocolate brown Firbolg. And this book is
my
a
God.
sort of similar color. It matches him very nicely. Little gold inlay around the edges. And he sort of pages through it and says, roughly around here, I think.
Okay.
We're looking for my personal amped up cure score.
You don't give me.
See, Litron's a bastard, you see. He helped me develop this cure for curses. And he thought it'd be funny to curse me with something that I need this. I can't just go and ask any old cleric if they can remove it. He managed to do one that gets round all the loopholes. So he's gonna need our special mix, as it were, which is very annoying because recent. We only did it in the last couple of years, and they're not fully in command of that. And I hadn't remembered it the day of because there's only so many spells you can keep in your head at once. So normally I cast it as a ritual. Just work from the book, old-fashioned way, just elbow grease, none of this shortcuts. But then you have to be able to read your bloody notes, don't you?
Yeah, maybe.
So if you can
Yeah.
help, that'd be great. But I recommend we go somewhere and sit down.
Yeah, what would you like? You lead the way, man.
Well, that's just not very funny, is it? Well, actually, it's bloody hilarious. But if you could, that'd be great. And somebody grab hold of me so I know which way it is.
I grab him by the arm and I'm like,
Sure.
oh, okay, let's go
Yep.
to
So
the
you
nearest tavern.
you link arms with him, which is like this for you. It's kind of a weird
Yeah.
experience.
How tall is he?
He's I think he would be just like a little bit taller than Michelangelo, like half a foot taller. So Michelangelo, how tall are you? Like 8 feet? If I recall.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like 8'1" at most.
Oh, yeah.
So where are we heading to?
So 2 feet taller than me, definitely.
I don't suppose you know the Hog's Head, do you? That's my usual drinking bar.
Yeah, but that's a long way away.
Well, yes, I know, but it's also close to where I live, so it'd be convenient for later.
It's
I'm
really
down.
inconvenient for us, though, because we need to go in the other direction.
No, why is
so-
that?
Oh, we're searching for Phil's gem jewelry.
Oh, you don't want
diamond
to shop at
store
Phil's
thing.
overpriced schmuck.
Oh,
What do you need it for?
we need that.
You wouldn't happen to have a diamond with you?
What, just a diamond? What is it, a spell
No.
component job type thing?
Yes.
Oh, what do you need it for?
A
Magic.
spell.
Oh, well, no
Reviv-
shit.
Safeties. For if one of us dies.
Yeah. the
No,
spell-
Revivify. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I have a couple of those. I suppose if you can get rid of the blindness, the least I could do is toss you a diamond.
To the
Alright.
Hogshead!
Let's go.
Yeah, you've got no idea how much money I've missed out on so far from not being able to see. Oh,
Unlucky, man.
I'm gonna be living down that complaint for years.
All right, let's go to the Hog set.
Yeah.
Hey, do you like any music?
Well, I wouldn't be hanging out in a Hog's Head if I didn't.
When you can see again, do you fancy a bit of a marmalade?
No, don't play myself. Just appreciate.
That's qua. All right.
Oh, I see you've been hanging around Laris. She gets everyone saying that. It's infectious.
Qua.
Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, let's go to. So we walk towards the Hogshead, leading this very furry man.
Yep, no worries. So you start turning the corner and he goes, "Oh, bugger. Has anyone seen my hat?"
It's on your head.
Michelangelo?
No, there's no sign of his hat.
No,
bollocks.
sorry.
You know how hard it is to get a top hat that matches the proportions of this kind of frame?
Well, maybe somebody found it. When you can see again, you can go look for it.
I probably just forgot I was wearing it as I went through a doorway.
Yeah, you know that happens to me too with my trident on my back.
Oh, you got a
always push the
trident, have
frames
you?
of the-
That's
yeah,
very
yeah, big one.
nautical of you.
Yeah, thank you.
He emphasizes the first syllable and winks.
Oh god.
Wow.
He doesn't even wink in the right direction.
No,
does he?
not at all. Not even close. You're holding his arm and he just looks like straight over the top of your head and just winks into the distance.
Why are you winking at me?
Something in my eye must be a side effect of the blindness.
Alright, so we go to the Hogshead eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's skip. Otherwise, I don't think I will survive.
Okay, so you get to the Hog's Head. Along the way, he's, asking for everybody's names and trying to figure out who the missing 7 people are, and...
And then there's Robin, and then there's Carl, and then there's Gina.
Gina, okay.
And Tommy. There's Tommy and Gina.
Yeah.
They sound like people who would never give up.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're halfway to the Hog's Head by now, I'd say.
Oh god. This is horrible.
This is a painful experience. Yes.
Are we there yet?
So eventually,
We're halfway there.
eventually, you get this Fearbolg wizard in his, in his pinstripe robes and, the furry beard, half-oiled mustache that's so pristine on one side and so shit on the other. And hatless. You get to the Hog's Head and lead him inside, and you hear a gong
Duck your
as he
head.
bangs his head because he didn't duck it quite enough. Oh, shit.
Yep. Okay, we search for a table.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that busy. It's pretty late now, to be honest. Like, you were a little ambitious going for the diamond hunt when you were. It's like 8 o'clock in the evening by this point.
I think that was the best decision yet.
So you get into the bar. It's not that busy. Let's see. You have to walk for quite a bit, so it's probably about 2 hours later now. It's like a big city. And there's not much in the way of public transport. You've noticed. That you've noticed. And you get in there, and Bjorn, I'd like you to make a wisdom save.
Fuck.
16.
16. One moment.
Am I wise enough?
I don't know yet.
You're about to get squished.
16. You get this sense, Bjorn, that there's somebody stood right behind you, staring intently at the back of your neck.
Weird.
I feel like somebody is staring intently at the back of my neck.
That was the same feeling I had.
You guys are crazy.
I'm not standing in front of a big ape guy, am I? And he's not just kind of.
Looking
He's
down.
not a
He would have to be
he's
lying down to
terrible.
see the back of your neck.
Alright, at least he'd- well, can I turn around?
Yeah, you spin around. Nobody there. I mean, you've had this feeling before. You were expecting there to be like a dog or something. Not uncommon for you to feel like there's something right behind you. Turn around and there's a dog head height.
Okay.
I'll be back in a second.
I mean, I still don't trust this. What else can I do to investigate?
Make an intelligence check. An arcana check.
22.
You didn't know better. Somebody just tried to scry on you.
Try to what?
Scry on you.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what is scry?
So scrying is a spell that allows you to watch and hear a creature for about 10 minutes. You can see where they are and what they're doing. 10 minutes.
Huh.
Good.
Bjorn, you right?
Well, I think someone's scrying on me. Is that the
What's
right
scrying?
the word for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's scrying on you.
What is that?
Well, someone's put a spell on me to try and.
Are you telling me you're in love?
You know that this meant it didn't work. But it worries you because it means somebody tried.
Okay.
Because you
Tried
know
what?
that
What is crying?
you know from your
We're
studies.
trying to
that
get information from what we're doing.
yeah,
Trying to spy on us.
we'll see.
How
where
do you know
are.
that?
Because I'm a master wizard, alright? I know these things.
Yeah, but what does it feel like?
It's like, you know when someone's watching you and you just have that feeling.
Yeah, that's what I had on the way to the gem thing.
I'm sure it's nothing.
I'm not sure it's nothing.
That's really weird. I don't want people spying on us. That's disgusting and pervy. What if I'm changing my clothes that I never do? Because I only have this one set.
Exactly.
So,
I mean, if somebody's tried to spy on us twice today, then we're definitely being pursued. Question is by whom or what?
That is an excellent.
Can we scry? Can you scry, Bjorn?
Can you counter scry?
I cannot counter scry.
Counter UAV.
So wait,
well, it's either.
Ah, what are you talking about? Somebody just trying to scry on you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nosy
it's-
bastards. Who is it? Oh, I
It's
suppose you won't know.
either the wizard's hat guy, or Hetrian.
Jamal Al-Jamar?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Oh wait.
Or the cloud pod people who attacked us
Or-
before.
Yeah, we know who they are, by the way. Or who
What's
they belong to.
What were they? Something gang? The guys who took your dad's vision?
Yeah, they're called the River Gang.
River
The
gang.
three wavy lines that they signed the letter with for Hetrian. Yeah, it's the River Gang. They're apparently really
don't-
bad.
No, no, you meant
Big asshole.
Majard Al-Majar.
Yes. How do you know him?
No, he's a wizard. We all know each other.
Isn't that racist?
Wizard isn't a race.
It's classist.
Well, once you get to a certain level, it's kind of hard not to bump into them. You know, you think, oh, I'll just take a quick, shortcut through the city of doors, and all of a sudden, there they are, and you're like, oh, well, shit.
Yeah, I know about
What's
that.
the city of
You know, when you,
doors?
like, bump into people in airports because you move in the same circles.
What's an air?
Yeah.
AirPods?
I don't know! It's bloody
I don't
annoying.
like
I've
the
got to get out of
AirPods.
this interference. I need my sight back. Can we sit down and get this sorted out?
Yeah.
Laris!
Yeah.
Laris! Laris! You're in here somewhere, Laris. You always are. There's no sign of Laris.
I don't think she's here. Maybe she's in the back room.
Oh, bloody hell. Well, I mean, if she was in a back room, she'd hear me. And he's not wrong. She would have heard him.
Yeah, you're really loud. Maybe it's
Well,
because you can't see, but
maybe.
what do you
I
want?
don't know.
What do you want to drink?
Well, beer, preferably.
All right, I'm gonna get you
Yeah.
some. I'm standing up and getting us all around.
Cool. There's nobody you recognize in here. Looks like there's been some kind of a shift change. So.
All right.
Can I get sparkling water?
Hello, it's us. We also got rooms with the dragon killers.
Oh yeah, Laris said you'd be popping by.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I have a round of beer, please? Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
Where is
Thanks.
Laris?
Oh,
I
she's
don't
off
know.
out at the moment.
Oh. Well, did she say where?
I don't fucking know.
Alright.
Oh, I just got here, innit?
I don't know that.
Well, you only just got here too.
Yeah, I know, but you got here before.
What? Look, here's your beer.
Thank you.
You know that we'll come to the
Okay.
table. All right, bye.
Yeah, I know. I know. I wanted to save you some time.
So
And yet,
that's what
anybody
it's
who
like.
works in a bar where table service is a thing knows that it's way worse when people order at the bar because they're just standing there looking at you the whole fucking time.
Also, I appreciate not having to do table service. All right, so I'm looking through this notebook, right? These scrolls and these spells.
Yeah, so you're looking through his spell book. He opened you to roughly the right page, and you're trying to translate things. And he tells you what to look for, like a celestial phrase that'll be near the top. So you sort of find the page with that celestial phrase, and then you sit there with Bjorn, and you guys are gonna have to make some checks to like.
Alright,
You
let's
know,
do
you know,
this.
algebra uses the Latin alphabet, but is almost not associated with Latin at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
Right.
I mean, it's kind of a similar thing. Like spell notation, like there are words that you recognize, but the context is completely unfamiliar, and you don't know how to explain this to Bjorn, and Bjorn, you don't know how to explain it either. And you know, just from looking at the scope of these notations, there's no way you can cast this spell. This is like at least level.
Oh no.
So you're gonna have to explain and help him cast it. All right. So,
Okay.
so first of all, I would like an intelligence check from Nephilim to communicate what is in the book to Bjorn.
I'm sure we got this.
Yeah, we got this. 19 plus
19 plus sounds good.
19 plus 0.
All right.
Oh, you needed a 20.
Bjorn, you
Yeah.
need to make an Arcana check.
Ready for this? Oh no.
Are you proficient in Arcana?
Um. No.
What's that total to?
14.
14. You got a +4 intelligence, man? I forgot. Yeah, okay, cool. So that just makes it. So looking good so
Nice.
far. Oh, wow, you guys seem pretty efficient. Yeah, that all sounds right. And now you're gonna have to help him cast the spell.
Okay. What, me?
Well, anybody can take point on sort of because what's happened is Bjorn has demonstrated like a certain like has demonstrated the somatic components, and now you need to guide him through those motions. So it'd probably be better since Bjorn's already done something here if somebody else was helping him copy Bjorn's hand motions,
Like
Michelangelo,
helping-
because you're the same.
like in
height.
Ghost, guys. Somebody needs to Patrick Swayze this.
all right, I'll help.
Michelangelo, you doing it?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna need you to make a sleight of hand check.
Oh,
No.
no, I should have done it.
Actually,
This is all about finger dexterity.
I don't want to do this.
You can bail out, man. You can bail out. Michelangelo's
bail.
like,
I'll do it.
like,
Yeah, I'll
even
bail it out.
like initially you were like, oh, I'm the same size. That would be the most help. But then like his hands are so long and thin, and your hands are so like large and grabby. It's just doesn't match. So who's gonna do it?
I'll do it.
All right. The DC is gonna be high because you've already done something. Just letting you know.
Well, what about Rovan or Lance?
I mean, I'm proficient in sleight of hand, and I got a +8. I feel like it'd be really good for me to do.
All right. Well, I mean,
Oh,
you can
right.
go ahead
Yeah,
and do
yeah.
it.
Oh god. Okay, wait.
Just
Rovan. I'll just do it. Doesn't matter. Life.
Rovan's muted
Just
if he
do it.
doesn't realize.
Rovan didn't know it was muted. I still think Nephilim should do it. He's
got a plus
Go on then.
8.
What does
All
proficient
right.
mean?
Means you add your proficiency bonus.
What's my proficiency? I'm so confused.
Already included in the +8, believe me.
Aha.
Yeah.
I rolled a 13 +8, so 21.
21. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
enough. And there's this arcane flash and Nephilim with your hands so close to, like, you've never been this close to a caster performing somatic components, like, with them. And to some extent, you cast the spell a little bit as well, and it feels kind of tingly in a way that you weren't expecting. And you feel like you were, for a brief second in time, you were connected to this huge weave of energy that you've never fully comprehended. But suddenly you're a little bit more aware of it than you were before. And the spell cast and this cloudiness that was in his green eyes just fades away, and now he's just looking over his new friends, going, "Oh, wow! I say, I didn't realize you were blue, Lance.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
Hi.
that's pretty cool. Hang on,
Thanks.
let's see those ears. No, you're not a full sea elf, are you?
No, I'm a half sea elf.
Yeah. We don't see many full sea elves around. Very, very occasionally one's going to pass through, but generally never see them. Apparently they've got a city nearby.
Do I know if there's a city nearby?
I don't know if you would know where sea elf cities are in relation to the surface world.
I only know mine,
Like, you know where yours is in relation to the surface world,
but it's not this one.
but well, you don't know. Probably not. No, it's not. But you have been to quite a few sea elf cities, but the way you get there, like, you'd have no context for how where they are in relation to the surface places.
Okay. Oh, is there? Cool.
Yeah. It's, nobody knows where it is, though, of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't
Maybe I've
even
been
know
there,
if
but
by near they mean, just off the coast. I mean, where else would it be? I suppose the lake's pretty deep. Could be a city in there. Nobody would ever find it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that you can see again.
Oh, me
Francisco.
too. This is great. Now,
So-
I've got a plan on how I'm going to get him back. That's
Oh,
the best
God.
part. Yeah, I have to say, this has been escalating for a number of, well, I suppose decades at this point.
Who are you fighting over?
Well, I mean, it's not always the same person,
But you're always interested in the same person.
People say we're quite alike.
Is it your brother?
No! But that would be weird.
So
But-
he's always cursing you, so you can't get to the person you like, and you're always cursing him. So
Oh,
you
no.
can't get to
That
the
just
person he
happened.
likes.
That just happened that, it was a wingman situation where we ended up with a bit of a crossfire, if you know what I'm saying. But it happens. But also,
Okay.
but previously, it's been all kinds of things: forgetting birthdays, showing up drunk to a wedding. We've known each other for years. Went to school together, in fact. The school. What?
The school.
Yeah, I'm a Dory. Trained.
Mhm.
Not born there, thankfully. Just a visiting scholar, so didn't get caught up with the whole exporting of magic shit.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, well, I had to leave a lot of stuff behind. It was very annoying. Pay export
Yeah,
on all the stuff that you make as a student. But, at the end of the day, law is law, and it does make sense. You do need it. It is important. I can't imagine what a world would be like if there was that kind of power level just, like, roaming around unchecked.
Yeah.
Bad enough with all these bloody adventuring parties going in and fucking shit up.
Mm-hmm.
True. The worst.
Yeah. Not you, of course. Present company accepted. I assume. I don't know.
Actually,
Yeah.
we're a band.
Oh, you're a band, are you? Oh, never seen so many weapons in a band, but I suppose if you're playing the more dangerous gigs.
We're called the Dragon Killers.
Props. I understand.
No, we actually killed dragons.
No, you're a
What
band.
have you
I think you. Oh, when you said band, I thought you meant musicians, but you meant adventuring band. Oh, we normally call those a party.
Well, both. We're both.
We kill the
Are you
dragons
saying
with
it's always
music.
a party when you're around, or what?
Exactly.
All right, sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah. Okay. Who's the
Oh
guy?
yeah, just
Oh yeah. Do you have the diamonds?
Oh no, well, yes. I mean, sure. I've only got one on me though. I don't suppose you'd mind if we swung by my place and I could pick up a spare. You never know when you might need it. You see.
Oh yeah, sure. Cool. Yeah, we have rooms here anyway, so
Oh, you're staying here, are you?
yeah.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, why don't
If
I
I
just
remember
drop it off with
correctly.
Laris then, and she can pass it on?
we don't know where she is though.
Oh yeah, but
think
I could
it's
just
a-
drop by in the morning, you know.
Yeah, you can give it to us too when we're here in the morning.
Oh yeah, if you're
breakfast.
still here. Yeah, I was just meaning if this is where you're staying, you know, I don't have to be here at the same time as you are if you have other things to do. It's just
Oh,
much
yeah,
easier to
yeah,
organise.
That's true.
And it means we
Yes.
can keep drinking now, which I'm all for.
Oh yeah, drinks.
Could we put the one that you have on you now into the bag of holding, just so it's nice and safe?
No, leave the man his diamond. He might die and need it,
Yeah, exactly.
or we might die and he needs it to revive us.
Well, you know, I'd feel like shit if I saw someone get, flattened by a cart or something, and I walked on by without being able to revivify them because I just, didn't happen to bring my diamond that day. A stupid fucking thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Of course, it's still kind of stupid because if 2 people died, then, that'd be, I'd need another diamond. But at the same time, how much gold do I want to spend in one day on random people that die in the street, eh? Gotta let Darwin do some work, whoever that is.
How many people per day die in the streets here in Arelsera? That sounds really dangerous.
Oh, not that many. I'm just saying on the off chance. I'd like to think ahead.
All right. I've got another question.
Okay. Not stopping you.
Do you
Carry
know
on.
of like a tomb or something up in the mountains to the northwest from?
Oh, there's a lot of tombs up there. Yeah.
across the river.
Yeah, there's a lot of tombs up there. Yeah. You're looking for a specific one. You'd need to at least rough directions. Otherwise, you're just going to be in and out of tombs all day.
Oh, okay.
Mostly in, because you're not going to leave half of them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We were supposed to maybe do a job there, so it's good to know that, get some more information.
You need to
and
know where
stuff,
you
yeah.
were going. I suppose whoever had the job, if they're talking about a tomb in the mountains, they know what they're talking about. They'll have details of which one. What was it you were going to be going up there to do? Seems like a dangerous spot.
We're supposed
Probably
to
still some
retrieve
good shit up there,
something.
though.
Yeah, something that was buried with a guy that's apparently really powerful or something. I don't know.
Oh, so normal tomb shit. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Exactly.
All
More
right, so,
drinks!
yeah, more drinks. And well, what are you doing in town other than that, eh? What brings you to Arelsera? You're clearly not from here. Except maybe you, and he indicates towards Rowan. Or looks like a bit more of a country lad to me.
Country lad.
I'm definitely not from here.
Yeah, around though, right? A Marylebone, or are you one of the South Torpen lot?
Shit, I have to canonize this now. A Marylebone. I had to make the choice there. And
We'll keep narrowing it down. We've got it down to a continent now. Eventually, we'll know where you're from. Yeah. Well, I don't get out the country that much, but I do like to travel around. But I tend to go to places that aren't a area. No offense, but it's just a lot of elves. And growing up here, I already know a lot, so I like to go see new things, like the dwarves and the orcs in Larrick, and gnomes. Actually, North America is pretty good. I like gnomes.
They're even smaller than halflings now. Aren't you afraid to step on them?
A little bit, yes.
But, I just need to be more careful watching my step. That's on me, not on them.
That's true. Also, careful to not get blinded again, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's always the chance of that in a gnomish city, of course, although I'm sure there'll be some contraptions doing rather than, your best mate.
Where is your best mate?
I don't bloody know. He's probably not come up for air yet. Like I said, he was rather successful that night.
Oh, God. I thought it's been a week.
I said it's been nearly a week. God, I couldn't have gone a full week without my eyesight. I would have found somebody that could translate some Celestial eventually, even if I had to port over to Imadori. Of course, I'd need to find someone to draw the bloody circle for. I would have asked a Litron eventually, I'm sure. Glad I didn't have to. Now I can tell him that I just knew it off heart, and he was like, "Oh wow, you had it prepped? Wow." Makes me look hot shit. I hope you don't meet him. That'd be kind of awkward. Or if you do, just tell him I'm hot shit.
Okay. What was his name again?
Litron Arturo. Most people call him Liddy.
Liddy.
Yeah.
Sounds like a cool guy.
Oh yeah, he's great. Make sure you always call him Liddy. He loves it.
Nice.
I mean, except for the blinding part.
Well, there was no harm done.
I mean,
Only
if I
monetary.
got blinded for a week, I'd be kind of pissed.
Oh, well, the dog will be all right eventually.
What?
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 Well, like I said, I'll be getting, I alluded to it earlier, but, I tried to do a little bit of work while blind. It didn't go so well. Dog's gonna be just fine, thank God. Couldn't live with it. But, yeah, I'll be living down those complaints for a while.
What were you doing?
What happened with the dog?
You
Oh,
almost
well,
kill a dog.
No, I am an architect, you see. I reinforce magic, I build structures with magic and sort of, make them a little bit fancier, and I was doing a balcony, and it fell. So, not being able to see, I couldn't sort of judge how much magic I needed to strengthen it as I was adding the augmentation, and the augmentation weighed a bit much, and the whole thing came crashing down. Put it back straight away, but dog was there,
Ah,
Yeah.
Hey, Michelangelo.
Like I said, sometimes you're just lucky you got a diamond on you, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Can I make an insights check to see if
Sure.
he spent 300 gold for the dog? Oh God. 14.
Yeah, he straight up spent 300 gold on a dog.
How do you?
I do the same. I'm not gonna
Yes.
lie.
It's just who?
Dogs are better than people.
Who tries to do architecture work blind?
Well, I've been doing it for years. I figured, how much do I really use my eyes? Turns out it's a lot.
Nephilim, what were you saying?
Nothing. I got confused between the word architecture and sculpting. I don't know why. I was like, oh, you're not an architect.
I mean, in Dwarvish, it's basically the same.
Amazing, cool.
Good, proper Dwarvish architecture is sculpting. You're just scooping the rock out.
Hey, do you reckon you could teach me any of the celestial magic?
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know any celestial magic. I just like to write in celestial because it's not a language most arcane practitioners bother to learn. They tend to go for draconic, what with it being, the foundation of spell notation. I thought, hey, go the other way, make it as divine as possible, since, it's not often that you get clerics and druids using books and whatnot.
Okay. So the answer's no.
Well, I mean, I'm sure I could, but I don't know if I'd be the best person to do it. You'd be better off taking a night class at a school or something like that.
A night class.
I can
Yeah,
do
it's
that.
very different to a night class in Arelsera, believe me.
I can imagine, yeah.
Put it this way, only one involves horses, and I don't mean polymorph.
I don't know what that is.
Don't worry, wizard joke.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I
Yeah.
got it.
Late arrival.
Ah.
Oh, you only just got the knight thing? Okay.
I got it. Wizard humor. Yeah, I'm a training to be a wizard as well. Be cool.
Oh, really? Oh, interesting. Oh,
Yeah.
say, why do you wear that mask all the time, Nephilim? You got a hideous visage under there? Is there some good story, loads of scars or something?
No.
He's really ugly.
Oh my god,
Right,
how
guys.
ugly! I've seen some ugly people. I'd like to put it on a
Like,
scale.
really ugly. Like, could you sculpt him a new face? You know, with your architectural design stuff, like
I mean, I
structures.
could make him look. I could give him a nice banister, I suppose.
Would probably
I'm
make
gonna-
it better.
I'm gonna like pull the mask over.
Oh wow, I say, you're rather good looking, aren't you, eh?
And he winks.
I say, hey, is that a bit of let's see, I like it. Anthropology is a little bit of a hobby. Am I detecting a little bit of ASMR? Oh, sorry, ASMR?
Yes. Some
Yep.
ASMR.
Yep.
Bring it up to 8.
Yeah, no, I like a bit of a glow. It's very interesting in a pitch black situation, if you know what I mean.
And he winks again.
Listen,
I
No.
was to my new friend Nephilim here.
oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
excuse me. I'm gonna scooch over to the other side because that's making me uncomfortable.
Do you guys want another round? I'll go grab drinks.
We have tables.
You know that
over
they
here,
just come to the
Evelyn.
table, right?
I gotta stretch my legs. Ugh, I've been walking around all day, and then if I sit down for too long, my legs start to
I think it'd be
cramp
a
up,
great
and-
idea if you went to the bar.
All right.
Oh, Michelangelo, tell them the story about the statue that you was, Okay, I'm gonna go.
Nephilim, as Nephilim
Hate
walks
to
away,
see
he
him.
just sort of does the.
I hate to see him go. Love to watch him leave, eh?
You get the idea that this guy doesn't really care what game, but he'll play.
All right.
I don't know what we're doing.
So how long have you lot known Nephilim, eh? Not pretty unusual for people running around with an ASMR. You know much about him?
Some weeks.
Trying to take over the world.
Ah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, politicians do it and everybody votes for them, so, why not, eh?
Yeah.
Well, not here, obviously, not democracy, but, other places. Not that many, actually, now that I think of it. We've kind of given up on democracy, I think.
Yeah, no, I'm joking. I don't. We only met fairly recently. It's been a little while now, but
Yeah, it's been like some weeks.
Ah, yeah,
Been
fair
on
enough,
the sea
fair
for
enough.
some time, so.
Oh, really? Seaman. Yeah, big fan. I love it being in uniform,
yes, it's very respectable.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
what about you, Mr. Wizard Man? What are you doing other than
Not drinking right now.
oh,
I'd say, now that I've got my sight back, and you said your name's Michelangelo, and you're clearly a Goliath, I don't suppose you... Well, no, that'd be a bit racist, wouldn't it? No, I was going to ask if you know Michelangelo as in the sculptor. That would be ridiculous. Because, I don't know all fearbogs, as people sometimes go, oh, I know a fearbog, and I'm like, well, sorry, I've been lived here all my life, apart from the, brief stints in Ivadori and travelling around and whatnot.
yeah, I can't be bothered to hide it. I'm Michelangelo, the sculptor.
Oh, bloody
meet you.
good. Yeah, I have to say, I like some of your pieces, but I gotta say, that thing that you did for, what was it? Oh, it was a bit wank. The one with the wings, and they were just so droopy. Your angles were all off on that one, I gotta say. People say that you can't put a hammer wrong, as it were, but personally, I think you could use a chisel less every now and then.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Try and
Which
work some
piece
bloody
was
curves
this?
in, man.
Which piece was this? Do you remember?
No, well, it was one with wings. I don't remember exactly what the name was or anything.
Well, that's helpful. Thanks.
Well, feel free to put a line in front of me and I'll pick it out for you.
Michelangelo just goes, was it this one? Oh, this one.
Meta illusion, meta illusion, meta illusion, meta illusion.
Yeah. Okay.
I got drinks, by the way. Hey again.
Oh, nice. Hey, thanks. He was looking at your ass, by the way. Just if you wanted to.
No, that's true, I was. Great ass, gotta say. Lots of squats, I see.
They don't call me an ASMR for nothing.
Nice one.
Oh,
I gotta say, that was a real ace joke.
Actually, it was a real arse joke.
Right, you see, it's pronounced ASMR, I believe.
I believe too. But what do we believe in? That's the real question.
Well, you tell me, you're the one with the divine blood, know what I'm saying?
Do you believe in life?
But, you know, if you're ever into letting a bit of nature into your life, let me know.
Michelangelo, do you fancy marmalade in that song right now?
No.
I actually don't know what I believe in. I've never really been in touch with my don't know why I'm getting all deep on you guys, man. I think it's the alcohol, but I've never really
That is how that
explored
works. We're all getting a bit tipsy now. Tipsy, I mean.
I don't even really know much about that side of me. That's why I keep it covered. You know, like if you work in a bar full of Irish people and then they're like, "Oh, what's your surname? I think I know who you are," and then you're like, "No, because I don't really know anything." It's like how I feel about being an ASMR.
Yeah, that's understandable, yeah. I mean, I'm a fearbolg, so, you know, it's a little bit harder for me to hide that. Wear a Goliath costume, I suppose, but how do you keep it inflated the whole time, eh?
Yeah, that's a good point.
And judging by this here fine specimen, I'd have to crouch a little bit as well.
Haha!
Aha.
Qua.
So, now, I hate to be forward, but I'm better than being backwards. Am I taking any of you to bed tonight?
And he just looks at each of you in turn.
No.
Ah.
I mean, no, thank you, but no.
No, well, fair enough.
I think you and Michelangelo would make a good match. Maybe,
Nah, I think you and Bjorn would make a good match. That size difference would work
Yeah, I don't
wonders
think
in the
so.
bedroom.
I gotta say, I haven't done a halfling before. Sorry to be crude, but it's true.
I wouldn't.
Ah,
gonna stay that
experienced
way.
there, are we? I won't ask. It's always awkward in a group and dynamic, eh?
Yep.
nice one, Nephilim.
What's about you?
Yeah, he ruined your prospect.
You're looking extremely awkward over there, Lance. Bit forward for you? I'll dial it back a notch.
Yeah.
Tough love.
Oh,
Oh, have you read that one? That one's great. Gotta say.
yeah, it was pretty.
I've
good,
still got the
actually.
tusks.
I like the writing. Yeah, made me a little bit interested.
Yeah, I got a little bit of fake ones. Knew someone who was into that.
Yeah, that's weird. Why
Yeah, I
wouldn't you
used
go for the
polymorph,
real
turn
ones?
myself green, and then put the fake tusks in. They were very into it. It's amazing what you can do on Halloween.
I need to sleep this
Which is in
afternoon.
April
I'm
in
gonna
this
see
world.
you in the morning. See you later. See you, Francesco. Good night. Bye. Bye. And I'm going.
Ah, she left rather quickly.
You know what they say? The bluer they are, the faster they leave the bar.
Do they say that? Well, I mean, if you say so, Neville.
He's got me Neffy.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
Oh no, this is going to be
I
the
think I'm
worst
gonna
episode of
take
anything
my
ever.
leave as well. Just remember to drop the diamond 1 point.
Oh yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah, yeah. I'm sure Laris will have it. You guys are really understanding how this guy ends up getting cursed with blindness by his best friend. Like, to begin with, he's great, and then it just gets a bit much, and then it just doesn't stop.
It's Jay.
The more drunk he gets, the worse it is.
That was great! Amazing! Okay!
Whoa.
So I will say, for the sake of brevity, that you guys grab a long rest, and you wake up bright and early, ready to face the day. You didn't give a solid answer to Diadua as to whether you were going to Diadua? Diadua?
Dijua, I think.
Dijua.
Dijua.
Diadua.
I think
I think it's Diadua. Diadua as to exactly whether you were going to go and find the skill or not.
I think regardless, we should find that skill. It seems like everybody wants
You are
a
going to have
piece
to go
of it.
back and find out exactly which tomb it's in, though, apparently.
Yeah, I think we have to talk to her again if we want to do that. And also, how long will we be gone? Because we would still want to deliver your statue, and for that we have to go back first so we can talk to Jamar.
That is true.
Because we didn't find his piece of scale. So then the question is, if we find one, do we give it
Do
to
we give
her?
it-
I assume
or
you
do
guys are
we
having
give it to
breakfast right
him?
now?
Yes.
Downstairs? Okay. Cool. Laris was there. She said, "Oh, hi, guys. How's it going?"
Oh, hi, Laris. Yeah, we met Francisco yesterday.
Oh, yeah, he dropped by. He left me this for you.
Ooh, cool, thanks.
Hands over a
Nice.
diamond. It's very rough cut. It's not a good looking diamond at all.
Will it,
Okay.
can I do an insight check? Will it still do the job?
Oh yeah, you know it'll still do the job. Spell components don't have
Alright.
to be pretty. Just do what they are.
Cool. I'll hold it because I'll be the one to use it when the time comes.
Oh yeah,
Makes
that's
sense.
cool.
So that's smart. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are having breakfast, having that conversation, and Michelangelo, I'd like you to make a wisdom save.
Oh, no.
And Nephilim, you can make a wisdom save as well.
Okay.
At the same time? The fuck is happening?
Oh, actually,
So, some people really like us, apparently.
I got a 4 plus 2, 6.
I got a 5 plus 7, so 12.
12. Okay.
No.
Neither of you
gonna-
has any idea that happened.
Okay.
I've remembered the wisdom. These are not the droids you're looking for.
So see, yeah, then we have to find out who we are actually giving it to, and like, does it even make sense? Like, even with a big discount, that ring is still really expensive. Do you think she will just give it to us anyway?
What ring is this?
What's
The
this?
Ring of Shooting Stars.
Yeah, this cool ring.
Pretty boosted. I think it allows
Ring
you
of
to
Shooting
drop meteors
it
on
likes
people.
Lance.
Yeah.
How does it like Lance?
I was just looking at the stuff and it kind of called out to me. I don't know.
Yeah,
felt
if
like
you
I had
can.
Yeah. Kind of like magnetism, you know? Like you kind of like, you just have to touch it. And then you kind of know.
There was a
don't know.
physical spark that everybody saw.
No, that was only me.
It literally struck you with lightning, Lance.
Well, I struck other people with lightning all the time.
That's true.
Wait, I wonder whether the shopkeeper. How much did he say it was? 15,000.
50,000. I think.
15.
5, yeah,
15.
5.
It was 1-5.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure, anyway. That would be way overpriced otherwise.
Do not Google it, please.
Hang on. Yeah, 15,000. I wrote it
So-
in my session notes.
If everyone saw that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she's like, you really want to buy this? This is how expensive it is going to cost you. That didn't
I
make
mean,
sense.
she was really, really, really bad at haggling. I'm surprised she keeps her job, to be honest. You can just make up some huge. I think we just figured it out. Across all of the stuff that we bought, I'm pretty sure we bought everything under its intended value. she's bad at bartering.
If you need it that badly, I can see if I could try and maybe like steal it or something.
No.
Uh,
I don't
well-
want you to steal stuff from me. Thanks.
all these wizardy people talk to each other, and
Yeah,
you
also, I think if I run around with
want
it,
to make an enemy of them.
people will immediately notice I don't think there's like 50,000 of it in the city, so that would be a death sentence. So I'd rather do the job actually. I think.
What about this river gang thing? What's actually going on with that? Like what?
Oh yeah. Listen, let me get you up to speed. So
This is the best.
there's this river gang.
You
They're
guys failed 2 scries at the same time, and now you're just chatting about all the shit.
yeah.
Because you can't.
They're pretty big digs. They kidnap and torture people. They're slavers. And they force the people to run goods up and down the rivers here in Ameria. They're like some stupid eco group and pretty unhappy with how populated Ameria has gotten and stuff, and like especially with the elves and half elves, even though they are half elves themselves or elves themselves, as far as I understand, or something. Yeah, and the 3 wavy lines is that's their sign.
So the guys who
And they're like, I
attacked
think
us.
they're druids, and they're a lot of the time invisible and shit. So,
oh boy,
yo, if they're invisible, do you think they can also like do the weird scrying thing that Bjorn was talking about?
probably
Fuck.
you know.
Well, I hope they're not listening right now.
I have this horrible feeling that
What,
these.
cleaning the bathroom?
You know what? Yeah. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
All right.
Yeah, you go to the bathroom. Somebody somewhere gets a big old view of Goliath dick.
I really gotta learn this scrying thing.
Wow, dude.
10 minutes later. Oh no! Damn it.
Oh god.
All right. So, like, what did we conclude from the river gang thing? Like, why did they attack us? Do you have any idea of that context? Like, are we gonna try and get them back? Especially, they said they blinded your father. Surely that's something you want to like rectify.
Yeah, like I want to get them back, but I don't think we're a match for them right now. And I don't think like going there and straight up being like, "Yo, I'm gonna kill you," is gonna get like anything out of it. That's probably like their whole organization. We need to think about this a little bit better.
Have you seen you and Michelangelo?
I mean, we took down a dragon one time, but
I mean, I
dragons.
did beat.
Yes,
I
but
did.
those are invisible druid elves that run like they take down everything they can see. They took down this skypod. We don't even know, that might have been just one person on the other skypod, and we almost died, all of us.
You don't even know there was another skypod. It was a cloud.
Oh yeah, there was another cloud. We don't even know, like they can make clouds and they can fly in the sky, and we didn't see even anyone.
how are we gonna even find these dudes if they
I don't know yet.
can
I think
all
it's a
just
long
become
term thing.
invisible?
Exactly.
You just roll
I
natural
think it's
20s
a
all day.
long term thing. It's a long term thing.
Okay.
Gotta figure something out at some point.
So, are we scale hunting? Is that what our new career is? We're scale hunters.
You still haven't found out how much a scale is worth.
Yeah, I really should have asked. I was like, oh, that's such a dumb thing for me to do. Do you guys want to
mean-
go to the museum with me? And
Yeah.
I can show you what I meant about the scale.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Let's
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
quickly go to the museum, and then we can still decide what we want to do.
I wonder if in the other museum there's more scales because it's art, right? I say I wonder. Because there's two museums. No, I actually don't know. There's two museums. There's one that's the Times and Trials, which is where I found all this information, which by the way was really helpful. And the second thing is like there's another one that's like kind of like the modern exhibition. It's kind of like an art museum. It's like the Tate Modern, whatever that is.
Do you
And,
want to split up? Like half of us
No,
go with
no.
Rovan to the one thing, and half of us go to the Times and Trials again.
Michelangelo probably enjoy the modern, since it's like art, and you're all about that art.
Sure.
I mean, I've already
All
been to
about
the.
that.
I've already
All
been.
that.
Me and Rovan have already been to the other one.
I mean,
So- We could all just go to the other one.
yeah,
uh,
just
Yeah.
go to the one that's
Let's do
important,
that.
right?
But then I wanted to find out how much the scale's worth because they have it there, but I don't know.
Is it both roughly in the same direction now?
I think they were like almost next to each other. Yeah.
Just do both. A quick in and out for the information that we need.
All right. So let's head to the Times and Trials first, then.
All right.
So, you guys are heading to Times and Trials. So you're leaving the bar.
Yes.
Excellent. You walk out of the bar, and there's a blue semicircle of reasonably well-dressed individuals. One person is stood slightly in front of this loose semicircle. It's about half a dozen, so like there's like 5 people sort of curved around the door, and one person stepping forward as you come out the door.
Scryers.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, can we help you?
Possibly. We'd like to know. We have a few questions for you. We'd like you to come with us, please.
Who are you?
This is an
All of
elf.
us?
She's female. She's well dressed, a little butch looking. Got some hefty armor on and a big ass sword at her side. And she has
want all
a
of us to come
crest
with you?
emblazoned on a pauldron. What did you say, Bjorn?
You want
What
all
is-
of us to come with you, or
Yes, I think that would probably be quickest, save us having to track you down individually. Took long enough to find exactly where you were.
Can I ask who you are, please?
Oh, certainly, yes. I'm Zaleria Ian Lynn.
Great. And why do you want us?
I'm a
with you?
sir, so you're going to have to come with me.
Sure. Let's just do it.
I don't know, man.
What exactly
Um,
for? Can I ask that? Because I don't
No,
trust
no,
any
you
of
can't
this.
actually. We're the ones who ask the questions.
Why?
That would be a question.
Oh, that's very true. But you're expecting me to trust you and follow you, and I'm not.
Oh, no.
not trusting you
Sorry,
very
I'm not
much right
expecting you
now.
to trust me. I'm expecting you to follow me because it's the law that you must, because I'm a sir and I've requested your presence.
You're what?
The police.
While this is
Oh,
happening, can I
you're
fade in back
police.
into the bar?
No, we're not police. We're a separate. Do you not know
Separate?
how the city
Wait.
works?
I'm
No,
very
you're gonna have to
new.
explain
If you
it to
cannot
us.
tell, I wasn't born here.
Well, there are a number of sea elves who were.
Can I, like, while this conversation's happening, try and like go back into the bar secretly? Like,
Sure.
Sneak
Roll
off.
a stealth check with disadvantage because they're looking right the fuck at you.
yeah, but I'm fucking stealthy.
Yeah,
guys
you are. So let's see what you roll.
Activates stealth.
A 13 and a 6, and then that's stealth. It's probably not going to be enough anyway. +5, so 11.
What did you roll?
11. 11 is the disadvantage.
Yeah, no. You start to back away, and one of them just sort of one who is at the edge of the semicircle. You suddenly realize is stood in front of the door now, and you're like, oh.
I forgot my hat. Can I go grab my hat? It's from my room.
No.
But it's my hat.
Sure. I'm sure it can be
Okay.
retrieved at a later point.
Yes. Let's hurry this along.
All right,
Let's
let's just follow. This is
Okay,
not worth
wonderful. And they just lead you to the middle of the road where there's a tree, and one of them places a hand on it, and a tear opens
green light coming out of it that's sort of spiraling away into nothingness, and you see the void of the entire universe, and without even like as your minds go blank just staring at it, you all just get shoved into it. You want to
I'm not going in.
Sure, you can make your choice of athletics or acrobatics.
That bag of holding is about to kill
Oh,
her.
that's cocked. That's not cocked. 22.
22. Yeah, you definitely slide out of the way. Does anybody else want to resist?
Yeah.
Rovan would definitely.
Yeah.
The trees don't.
Sure, let's.
What the fuck is that?
Fighting this shit.
I'm not going in there. That's a tree.
What do we have to roll for?
You have to roll athletics or acrobatics if you want to escape the grapples that you're under.
Okie dokie. Let's see. Athletics.
I got 17.
All right, athletics. Here we go.
I got a 17 plus 5, 22.
Oh, I think I'm going, boys. I rolled a 8.
Well, the rest of the guys are still with us, I guess. They didn't go through.
Wait, hold on a minute. I'm gonna use. All right. I don't know if this is worth using here, to be honest.
I don't think. I think we will have to go through anyway.
Anyway, yeah.
I just want to make
find
it
out.
Well, I rolled an 8.
level
Then.
spell.
I rolled an 8. I'll just take it.
You rolled an 8. Okay, so what did everybody get? Because I need to match up dice to people. I know what Lance is. So, Rovan, are
I
you
got
resisting?
7.
Yeah, and I rolled a 10.
Okay, so you get grappled. Michelangelo.
I rolled an 8.
Okay, you get grappled. Bjorn.
I got 17.
Managed to escape.
Oh.
Nephilim.
22.
Oh.
So Michelangelo and Rovan get shoved through this tree, and then the tree closes up as the as two people have gone through with, like, so one grabbed each of you essentially, or tried to, and what's her name, Zalaria stayed, was sort of, you know, directing this, and I'll say that that Michelangelo and Rovan got taken through rapidly. And then the rest of you realize what was happening and kind of resisted, and then the tree closes up. And
I'm not going in
there he
there.
goes.
Where's
Ah,
that
shit.
taking me? What the fuck? It's a tree.
Yes. Oh, you've never seen transport via plants before? Oh,
No.
have you been walking around the city?
Yes.
For how long? The whole time you've been here?
We just came here yesterday.
Yeah, so if you see any trees in the center of the square and somebody stood next to them, they will just port you across to another part of the city. We don't have buses, as it were.
I thought this was the city without magic.
Oh,
Mm.
I don't know why you would think that.
Because you make such a big deal out of not being, you know, dependent on magic, but we don't have buses.
Yes, we're not dependent on magic that comes from the aggressive research practices of wizards.
Oh, I see. You think you're entitled because you know another type of spelly thing.
Well,
Great.
no, we also use it far less. Do you see anything flying around here?
Your ego?
Oh.
Pretty big.
So's your trident.
Very true. So, are we going or what? Excuse me, I was just very confused by the tree.
Well, now we're going to have to wait for somebody to come get us because our druid went through with the first two.
Oh, sorry.
Or we could walk.
We could.
Or we
you're
could
right.
walk.
Or we could wait here, where I can keep an eye on you.
Sure.
Because
I
eventually,
really wanna
our druid is going to
stretch
realize
my
what's going to
legs.
happen. And as she says that, the tree opens back up.
Cool.
I like really prefer walking.
Pushes you through. You want to try and resist again?
No, I'm going through. It would be hilarious though to get them to use another
It would be
spell.
very funny. Because they would need to go find another druid then.
I'm so tempted.
Yeah. Well.
I'm going through.
Okay, so you will go through the tree, and you come out in a cherry orchard. Cherry tree orchard. Lots of blossoms falling, very nicely appointed. And there's a dining table set up with a meal laid out. And this woman, who's very clearly somebody important, stands up. She's extremely well dressed in an extremely simple style. You know, like it's not the aggressive ornamentation. Let's see how much money I can throw on myself. It's the I just paid a really expensive amount for this one piece of very simple clothing that looks really nice, and I'm just gonna wear it a lot. That's the vibe that you get from her as she stands. And wonderful, Valeria, you've retrieved them. Fantastic. Come, join me for dinner.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I have to say, Zalaria, they all look
Thank you.
rather surprised. You did tell them what's going on, didn't you?
No, she did not.
She said she had some questions and she refused to say anything else. But
And then grabbed
pleased
us.
to make your acquaintance, miss.
And threw us through a
Oh,
tree.
so you do know what's going on?
You're gonna ask us
You're supposed to ask
questions?
us some questions, apparently.
Yes, we need to ask you about why you were talking to David Trankus.
Who?
David
Who's
Trankus.
Could you give us a
Small
description,
fellow,
David?
blind, has a weasel.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Never met Dave Trentus?
David Trankus.
Weird name.
Well, for somebody who doesn't know him, you spent an awful lot of time with him upon the, let's see, Bigrit's Breath? She's got a Manila folder. Just leaving through paperwork.
Who are you to ask me that?
Oh, I'm a member of the Serral Court. Who are you to question me to ask that?
Oh, just someone who you know apparently every step of. So I'm curious who's surveillancing me?
Surveillancing? Oh, no,
Yeah.
no, we just scribed this
Scri-
morning to see where you were. We were trying to catch up with you yesterday, but our druid was having a little bit of trouble, weren't you, Francis?
Yeah, Francis.
Yeah, Francis. Do you have
Can't help
trouble?
it. These lot pretty good.
Oh,
Just
what is
like, yes,
happening?
well, maybe they'll be useful then. So, what do you know about David Trankus? We do know you were discussing the River Guard at some length. So clearly you know that he's actually Eddie Lee. I would love to know how you came to gain his trust so quickly, because he seems to be a little bit of a liability in our ongoing operation.
Why do you think that?
Well, because you know who he is.
Well,
As
I'm not going to
clearly-
tell anyone.
You were talking about it in a crowded bar at breakfast.
No, we didn't.
we
were
were
talking
watching
about the
you.
river. We're not talking about
The River
any
Guard. Yes, you
person.
were.
River Guard, whatever.
You can try and make a deception check with disadvantage if you want.
Oh no, I'm not trying to deceive them. We didn't talk about him. We talked about the River Guard.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about him.
No, I know. But you were talking about the River Guard the day after. So, you
Oh,
know,
my-
they're putting two and two
sure.
together. They're investigators. That's what they do.
Okay. What did you say? A deception check?
You can try and make a deception check at disadvantage, sure, for something that they know is true.
Yeah. 12.
Well, you can't
They're
even lie
pretty obvious.
convincingly. That's a shame. You could have been handy.
Well, excuse me for being an upstanding citizen.
Well, that's really rather a shame, because we could have done with a nefarious person of sea elf heritage to infiltrate the River Guard. But as it is, looks like we're going to have to go for more crude, blunt force options.
Okay, so I'm new to this part of town. Who are you? Who are you working for?
Oh, we're
You're
not in town
aligned
anymore.
with the River Guard, so I can trust you. So you are the people who saved
you guys could
the
be
guy.
the River Guard.
Yes,
Yeah.
we saved Eddie. That is correct. Well, we found
Okay.
him, more strictly. Well, one of my retainers knows the
Well-
person who found him, and I heard about it, and I take an interest in things like the River Guard, so we sort of put him in a protection program, if you'd like, which is why I'd love to know
Yes.
why he told you all of that.
I'm very sorry, first of all, for my behavior until now. Thank you for saving him. He's my dad.
Oh, interesting. You'd think he would have mentioned that.
He was probably trying to protect me. It's fine. I can protect myself.
I'm sure you can. Well, yes, well, I suppose you've got some personal stake in this. That's rather good debating factor. I take it you move with this group all the time? Not interested in doing some solo freelancing for us? We can't exactly put the whole lot of you undercover.
Not particularly right now. Depends.
No, and you can't lie about that damn either, so that wouldn't be very helpful, would it? Alright, well, Tanith Winwennis is me. You'll find me loosely looking after a lot of the justice-related things in Arelsera. Not that we're there right now, because it's a god-awful place that I really don't like, but flipping hereditary rule and all that. I do like the investigating, though. That is fun. Alright, well, you gonna join me for dinner, or are you just gonna stand there looking at me?
I sit down.
Do we all sit down?
Are we meant to be here?
Yeah, we're all here, but...
Oh, well, you were there. You were there. We needed to find out exactly what the situation was, but I assume you're all traveling together from what I picked up and what we've seen in various bits of surveillance.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Nephilim, could you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
For fuck's sake.
If you stop failing them, then you'll be immune for 24 hours. But while you don't fail them, they could just keep going. Like, where is he now? What's he doing now, mister?
18 plus
18 plus
2, so dirty 20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Really?
All right. Let me check.
Finally.
So it's a dirty 20. Yeah, that fails, I'm afraid.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck is crying on you?
Let's just say there's a -10 modifier on that.
Wait.
Wait, is this for the... Okay. We don't know what this is for, actually. You just went to sit down, right?
I'm just telling you it's because I'm nice as a DM. But your character's
Yeah.
not afraid of any of this happening. Nephilim.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
Well, lovely. Anyway, moving on.
Yep, no worries.
Fuck me.
God, the fuck do I have to get? I literally have to roll a natural 20. If that...
It's
You know what?
it's very difficult for you to beat this particular thing. Not as easy as it was for the other scries that all right. So you all sit down and enjoy a lovely meal, and you're chatting with Tanith Wenwinnis, and seems like a pretty good member of, as far as nobility goes, like Nephilim. This is your first direct contact with somebody that might be called a ruler, you know, like she's not in charge necessarily, but she's part of the ruling class, a member of the court, clearly has people working underneath her, and you're sort of having this conversation and getting a vibe for her, and I'd like all of you to make just like a general insight check to see what her demeanor is.
Me as well.
Yeah, everyone.
15.
8.
Insight. 17.
Dirty 20. Some best rolls.
You
so
guys are
far.
some insightful motherfuckers. Yeah, so you all get the vibe that she's on the level and is actually probably somebody that you should trust and meet. She's competent, she has good staff working for her, even if they're a little bit abrasive, but given who they might be dealing with on a day-to-day basis, I guess that's understandable. And she seems like full on the level, wants to get something done about the River Guard, cares about Arelsera, even though she doesn't like being there. And yeah, you guys have no idea where you are right now. You're definitely not in a city.
Hey, where are we?
Cherry Orchard, what a stupid question. Look around.
She's not inaccurate, but potentially. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we just show you? Shall we? Do you know what Temeria looks like? I could show you on a little illusion. She sort of pops up a minor illusion, and it appears that you're on an estate somewhere in this area.
Oh,
Whoa, that's a long way away.
kind of.
We did that with the tree thing.
Oh
That's
yes,
so
yeah.
handy.
Pretty handy, yeah. I mean, there are a few travel agents that do that. I mean, this isn't that unusual. Apparently, yeah.
Why are we doing shit for wizards then? Damn it.
Well, why are you? What shit are you doing for wizards?
Well, we just want to travel to the north side of Ameria at some point because we have business there. We tried to get a faster route, but the only thing we knew
Oh
how
yeah, I'd
was,
speak to a
you know,
druid.
teleportation circles. Druids, okay.
Yeah. I
Mm.
mean, they're steep. They're not cheap. You know, party
Hmm.
your size, probably only 2,000 gold to get up there.
Chugs on a bit of the food.
Are you actually? Are you choking on a bit of food? Because if you want to be,
Yeah, a little.
Yeah, sure. No
You take
worries.
1 hit
And
point of damage.
as you like open your mouth and you're choking, and the weirdest sensation is this piece of food that was stuck there just kind of slides out, and there's a little spectral hand that kind of hovers off with it.
God, what the fuck?
You're right, dude.
I want to try that.
That goes a lot of money.
Oh, that's weird. You just got.
Is it? Sure, I guess. I don't really think about money.
For normal people, yeah.
I mean, sure, but you don't exactly seem normal. I've heard rumors that you killed dragons.
Oh, yeah.
That's us with the dragon claws. Yo, what's up?
Ignore him.
That was embarrassing.
Yo, what up?
Excuse me now.
It's your boy.
It's your
Neffy.
boy.
All right, so
Cool.
Yeah, she just glances over that.
let's have a proper conversation, shall we?
Quick question. Are you like, I guess,
Druid?
guarded or warded against people spying on you?
We will be in a moment.
Oh, okay, cool. Good.
Ooh.
And she pulls out a little thing. Get up the description of it. She pulls out this little lantern with it's not quite a lantern. It's like a little bit of it's like a little tiny lantern, and it appears to be filled with gem powder. And she says, "All right, well, this is going to take about 10 minutes. Start it off going now." And she sort of pushes a little button on the top of it, a little push down thing, and I like just gets like a little bit squatter in the top little pyramid-y part of this lantern. And she just places it on the table and says, "All right, about 10 minutes time. It'll be safe to talk as much." Why? Are you
Okay.
concerned that people might be watching you?
Yeah, a lot of us had the weird sensation of being watched.
Was this
Like
yesterday?
a very prickly feeling. It was, yeah, yesterday.
Francis, when were you trying to scry yesterday? That would be 2 times
Oh,
yesterday. Yeah. Didn't go through either time. Tried on the big blue one and the halfling. You know,
Okay.
being that they were the most unique people, and I hadn't met them yet. Now I've met them. Be dead easy next time.
sure.
Hmm.
And now that I've got a bit of the big one's hair, that'll be even easier.
Me?
He was looking at Lance when
Oh,
he
me.
said it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You got some of my hair? How?
When?
Well,
When?
you know, insert elf
That's
name here.
rude.
But Lenza here.
Francis. I'm
You just
disappointed.
muted, by the way, DM.
Oh, Thank you. Lenser here, you know, they grabbed a bit of your hair as you twisted out their grip.
Hmm. Well, the tree thing took me by surprise. I've never seen that before, so my apologies.
Well, we discovered that, didn't we?
Making me do it twice.
Yeah, well, you know, it's not like I can only do it twice a day.
How often can you do it?
You want to insight check the comment?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh! No.
More than
wait.
twice.
5.
Oh well.
Yeah.
No answer there.
You could
So-
make so much money with that. Incredible. I should have become a druid.
You want us to help? Well, you want Lance here to help with your investigation, right?
Well, we need somebody to go undercover with the River Guard so we can actually track down where they are. And we know that they've been trying to recruit Sea Elf members, thinking that they would be, you know, aligned with their cause. Not had much luck yet, but we thought maybe we could plant one. Of course, that seems
That's
like a
interesting.
terrible idea now that we know that she's related to Eddie Lee, because, you know, he probably talked about his daughter when he was there, and if he, you know, seems like the fact that she's half sea elf would be a big deal. So that plan's out the water. But maybe someone else is. Oh, she also can't lie it down. Honestly, this was just doomed to fail from the outset. So I'm not really sure if we've got any use for you. So I hope you've enjoyed the meal.
What
I'm
about?
good at hitting people. If you want to take them down at some point, I can help.
Well, perhaps that's something that we can have a proper conversation about once this thing's ticked over.
Okay. Sorry, I can't be of more help.
Do you know what'd be cool? Or qua, if we were the new Red Thunder.
Oh, you're going to have to get somewhat more competent and recognize simple spells like transport via plants before you can call yourselves the Red Thunder.
Well,
I mean, Blue
everybody
Lightning
starts
here is
somewhere.
halfway there, I guess. She's just chortled. She's cracked up. Like, she can't believe you said that.
I could be in the Red Thunder.
Yes, dear, of course.
I could.
Sure.
As we've already established, the higher the pitch of
No,
your voice goes, the more true it is.
Do you want to see me do a backflip? I can do a backflip.
By all means.
All right, ready?
Roll an acrobatics check.
He just lands on his head. Oh no.
Natural one.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I do have
Red
a plus
Thunder
5,
material.
6.
Indeed.
Wait,
We're not doing too hard right here. Alright,
Alright.
well, since we can't be much help to you, should
Well, we
we
have to wait for the smoke. Wait for the smoke.
Smoke?
So-
What smoke?
Whatever the thing you just did.
As you say that, it lights up this pale blue. Ah, there we go. Wonderful. Well, now that we have a sanctum, as it were,
Mm-hmm.
so to business. We're not trying to plant anybody in the River Guard. That would be ridiculous.
Yeah,
And we're
also
aware
really
that the
bad at
River Guard have
lying.
already tracked down David Trankus, are aware that he's Eddie Lee, and currently not entirely sure what they plan to do with that information, or if they even care. We're pretty sure we found him because they wanted us to. Makes it very confusing for us. As it is, my friend Viasta is quite happy to keep Eddie in his employ for the time being. Seems he conducted himself admirably with an engine failure that occurred in the maiden voyage of the Breath. I don't really know the details. Something about a dragon. But there was some hags as well. It sounds like the middle of the lake is perhaps more trouble than it's worth, and people keep sticking to the coasts. Now, we are looking for somebody to go and talk to the Sea Elves directly about the River Guard. We don't believe that the Sea Elves are particularly happy about the River Guard situation. The river guards seem to think that the sea elves are going to go for them. We want to put a lever between them as soon as possible, and I need envoys to go to Tetin. But unfortunately, as you might imagine, in fact, as I'm sure you're aware, Lance, they do not like sea elves. Sorry, they do not like non-sea elves.
I was gonna say
Yes.
what, but yeah, okay.
Very secluded. Yes.
Yes, I imagine they're still not particularly happy about a half sea elf, but I think that
It was fine.
I think trying to do anything without you is going to be very difficult. Our usual lines of trade have closed up recently. A little bit of trade between Arelsera and Tetin. Not that most people know this, and I think we're going to need somebody to go down the tubes.
All right. Where is Tetin exactly?
Exactly?
Well, not exactly, but how do I get there? How long of a journey is it?
Well, would you like the quick way or the short way?
Yes.
The quick way is through the tubes.
The quick way.
The short way is to dive straight down from Arelsera.
So it's in the lake.
Directly below Arelsera, yeah. Quite some depth down.
All right.
There is a bit of a false floor below Arelsera. The city, as you know, rises on an island. That island is actually, it looks like it's attached to the mainland, but in fact, and it is, but not where it appears to be. It's actually, but it's kind of difficult to describe. I'll tell you what, Zaleria, perhaps you can help out with this one. Maybe a major image? Oh, yeah, yes, sure. She conjures this major image of, you can see the island of Arelsera sort of looking like this kind of shape with the city rising out of it. It's almost spherical. And it's positioned as these two giant spikes of stone that kind of cross the streams, as it were. And just above where they cross, the island kind of sits on that, and they jut out from way below. And you get an idea of the scale. Like, we're talking, I have a thing for this. One moment. About 7 kilometers. So these things attach about 4 kilometers down. And about half that distance again is the city of Tetin below it. 7 kilometers under the surface of Sarah.
So
That's deep.
this continent's
Really
kind of
deep.
like a weird table. It has like legs.
Well,
in a way.
So you know,
With
like
that.
a wigwam, right? You got your 3 sticks and they cross over. Imagine if there were only 2 of those. The city sits on top of the cross.
Mm.
You know.
Huh.
You don't know how deep Loch Isara is. As far as you know, nobody does. Probably the sea elves in Tetin do.
So let me get this straight. The river god is trying to get the sea elves on their side to fight against, I don't know, civilization or whatever.
Well, I understand that they just think the waterways are too busy and it's an ecological danger, which makes no sense whatsoever because there's no problem with it. I've never really understood what the motivations are, and we've never got our hands on one of them to ask. So who knows? This is just what we've gleaned from people like your father and various others that we've retrieved. And we still have quite a high value target. One of us tried to... I sent one of my Sares in to try and infiltrate, and we've heard nothing back from her since. We'd very much like to know how she is. It seems that she's alive still, according to Eddie. He mentioned her name.
Elithith and Rorus?
Aletha and Rorus.
Oh, Aletha, excuse me.
Yes, they...
Bonk.
Yes, we're not really sure what the situation is with that. And it appears that her brother has not... Well...
Is her brother Adrian?
Is her brother Adrian? Yes.
Fuck!
So we're rather concerned that this is some situation. Obviously, we want our woman in the field back, and essentially looking to use you as sort of a mobile team. When I hear something, I'll give you a sending stone, give you a call, you let us know where we are, we come fetch you, we send you out. Essentially, you're going to be working in support of Valeria, Lenta, Francis, and the rest. That's something that you'd be interested in?
1 second. Huddle up.
How about we step outside of the sanctum, then you'll know for sure that we can't hear you. And they all step out. They all step a very specific distance away from the lantern.
Yeah.
That looks to be almost exactly
10 feet.
60
radius.
foot.
60 foot. Wow, that's a way.
Yeah, that's actually like can make like a whole
50
room. Still. Good.
I'm into this. This is exactly the kind of organized, thing against the river god that I was talking about, that we could at least achieve something.
Sure. I mean, they don't need us right now. So
Well, they need me to go down.
They said when they hear words.
Oh no, they want you to go down now, and and in the future they want to keep using you for various other things, working in support of the Arelsera.
Well,
for tasks.
If you
they get us wherever we are, they send us to where we need to go with that druid tree thing, and then we do the thing. We fuck up the river god, and then we go back to whatever we were doing before. We get paid in my dad's safe. Other people are safe. We might get Etrian back.
I mean, you could also get paid. How does 15,000 sound? Yeah, I'll ask. You guys want that ring? Fucking.
I mean, I
I
like the way you think. I mean, yeah, Lance,
these people are powerful, and you're the only person they can use in this situation. Now, I'm all for people being safe, but there's something called bargaining power.
So this is what,
right. And if you want that ring might also be very helpful to us. Should we do like a signing fee? I think that's what we should do. I'm willing on your behalf to be your agent and make sure that we do this properly.
I'm not sure if I want that, but you can be your own agent. Like, if they say no, we can't pay you, I will do it regardless.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
let's not lead with that. Let's not lead with that.
Yeah. Should at least check if you can get paid, right?
Okay.
Especially in rings that are incredibly powerful.
So
shooting stars. Okay.
As you're having this conversation, Michelangelo, with your passive perception, you would notice out the corner of your eye a couple of people in similar garb, also with the same emblem on the shoulder, just bringing a couple of boxes in and stacking them up.
Guys, they're doing something over there.
What are they doing? I can't really see.
Looks like two people came in and dropped they look like wine crates. Dropped two of them down.
I think they're gonna seduce you with booze.
All right, should we? So, are you down for this then?
I mean,
is the rest okay with this?
Rovan, Bjorn?
Yeah.
I think. I mean, after listening to
Bjorn looks up from his book like, what?
After listening to what your father told us on the ship, I think it's like well and fair to like go and seek, revenge or the safety of you people against these guys. So I'm all for it, as long as you can go down there first. Though. Like me and Water don't really get along too well, so.
You were fine on the ship, Michelangelo.
Yeah, but underwater's tricky. I mean, we did go underwater. We fought some Sahugans. It was.
Oh yeah, but they don't come that near to the cities.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes, but like.
There's probably
No,
not
no,
any
no.
Sahuagin near an actual elf city, sea elf city that's below another elf city. That just sounds like an environment where they die.
They're probably not here, dude. That's
I'm not specifically worried about hooligans. I'm just saying.
Yeah, nobody has to come down with me
Yeah,
if they
we
don't want to.
don't-
I'm not forcing anyone. So.
We don't have to go the first time anyway. That's like a solo mission. It's like all on you. To
I mean, you
But-
could, but it's fine if I have to go myself.
okay, wait, are we supposed to? Like, are we? I guess we could. We could.
I
Travel
mean, they
with you.
probably
Yeah,
have some
okay.
water breathing potions, but like this thing is only on for 10 minutes and we need to get this wrapped up. So like, let's.
Maybe that's what those boxes
No.
are.
This took 10 minutes to turn on. You have no idea how long it's.
Oh, okay. It took 10 minutes to turn on. I get it. I thought it was just lasting for 10 minutes.
I'm
Okay.
down. More adventuring sounds fun.
Rovan,
To protect people sounds like the right thing to do.
Nephilim's
Simple
like, he's like, I'm in it as long as there's coin.
yeah. And Bjorn's like, what? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the protector side of Rovan's definitely like keep people safe. So
Meet some mermaids.
I just want to get paid.
Then let's
We should ask
let's
that question.
let's let Nephilim discuss payment, I guess.
I love that.
all right, should we gesture to?
Yeah, we
Never.
gestured to them to come back in.
Okay, sure. So they enter the area again. All right. So you've discussed. I imagine you have some questions.
So do you have other options? Do you have another sea elf that you can go to? Or are we like kind of your last resort?
We
at
don't
this
need
point?
we don't need a CF. It's going to be a lot easier with one. You can manage without if you're up for it. I totally understand. Personally, if it was
Oh,
my
no.
shoes and my father was blind, I'd be biting at the bit to get it. But no, we're not all made that way.
No. I think we're definitely interested, or at least
I'm
I know
doing
Lance
it.
is-
That's
So-
what I thought.
I'm going down. It's fine. I'm doing.
Bless you.
It. Sorry.
But one thing as on behalf of the entire party, obviously Lance is going to be such a huge factor in this, right?
Correct. I assume she's taking the rest of you.
Yeah, exactly. So with that in mind, then will there be some sort of, pay or rewards, because it's
I mean,
quite-
the safety of the land. I guess.
yeah,
Mhm.
safety of our pockets would be also pretty cool.
Well, if you're worried about your safety, then we do. I've already ordered a few potions that might be handy for you. Crates at the side there. Hopefully that's going to solve a lot of problems. If you need any ammunition supplies or anything like that, we're more than happy to take care of that. Outside
get a
of
ring?
that, monetary-wise, kind of an arrangement. Your going rate is a... What's your name, by the way? Do you have a group name?
No.
Mm. Uh,
No?
Tails and scales.
No.
the dragon killers.
No.
Dragon Killers, right. I mean,
No.
I might recommend a rebrand at some point.
Yeah,
Especially if
that was,
you're looking to be
And
Red
you-
Thunder level.
It's working title. Working title.
Blue
Right.
lightning. Blue lightning is our
Red Dragon and Blue
Blue
Lightning.
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 Blue lightning. We're blue lightning.
Well,
Nice to be acquainted.
I mean, I
finally.
did make that as an offhand joke, but all right, we'll put it down on the invoice. Yeah, so if you just want to get your people to pop along an invoice to my office in Sterile Court, not about a month.
Guys, what's an invoice?
Basically, like a receipt. We can charge them for our services.
Can we charge them 15,000 for the
I
rent?
mean,
No,
No,
you can't
dude,
charge us
that's-
15,000.
uh,
But we will pay a reasonable amount, and we'll cover expenses.
Fuck it, I'm in. Hey,
Yes.
could I get a new rapier?
Sure.
I guess that would be an expense, right?
We'll call it ammunition for a thrown weapon.
Yeah, I think I need 2.
That way I can just include it in the initial lading. I beg your pardon. Sit well. Yeah, so bear in mind, of course, that the invoices will get passed on to the court auditors.
Oh, okay. So
it would be a criminal offense to lie on them or try to exploit the government.
Yep.
noted.
Well, I suppose it's official then. If this goes well and the next couple of things that we have lined up go well, then perhaps we can talk about Sirhood for you.
Or Red Thunder.
What?
The Blue Lightning.
Blue Lightning, yeah. We're the
We're not.
and-
We're not.
Guys,
we're not Red
the Red
Thunder.
Thunder
And
is-
we probably never will be Nephilim.
No, we
Look at us.
look,
Look at us.
I prefer the Dragon Killers, honestly.
I'm sure you
Oh,
can
no,
discuss it on your
Dracula-
own time, but while I'm
Yes.
here, I do have other things that I would like to be doing. So, what is your going rate? Nail that down.
Have we heard about other people? Can we make a intelligence check or
Sure,
something?
make
about
an
something
intelligence
smart?
check, Lance, if you're taking the lead on this.
I mean,
Oh no, Nephilim is taking the lead on that, but I don't trust him.
what the?
they
All
won't
I've
pay-
done is try
they
and get
won't
you
pay-
paid fairly.
Like
They won't pay
15,000.
15,000. So what about like 10,000?
No. Oh,
Can I just keep throwing suggestions until they accept one?
my intelligence check.
14,000.
Yeah,
Natural
13,000.
20.
natural 20.
I'm not
Oh,
kidding.
You are kidding?
I'm not kidding.
You're
Yeah,
not
you
kidding. Oh, okay,
You
cool.
can't see it.
That's
You've
fine.
rolled
I
way
trust
too many
you.
20s.
He does.
I'm rolling really well today.
Rolling garbage.
So, with that natural 20, a couple of things you picked up on. I'm just going to say, as an overall intelligence check, you're weighing up what the job would be worth. First of all, she said that trade stopped recently. Why is that? Kind of a problem between the cities, maybe?
Yeah.
Then she said that the tubes would be the short way, and the long way would be to dive straight down. Now you want to know what the tubes are. And the fact that one way's the long way and one way's the short way implies that it's still going to be a journey. And certainly from the map that you saw, it's not it's going to be if you were walking that distance, it would be nearly a day.
Oh, okay.
Not nearly a day, but it would be it's not a small journey. If you were just walking that on flat land and then with stopping and sore feet and whatnot, probably a little bit longer. And you
It's like a day at Disneyland. 7 kilometers.
actually, yeah, it was 7, wasn't it?
It was 7.
So doing that going straight down probably going to be problematic. Yeah, so there's a number of questions that you're asking. First of all, it's probably not
Yeah.
going to be a single day thing. So I would say that you price it at 2,000 gold a week.
Okay.
I'd say. Wait, no, this isn't. I don't know that number. So you know that number.
So
14,000.
no.
13,000.
Like 2,000 gold a week.
400 gold a week each? Now that seems very reasonable.
Okay.
We'll accept that. That will
The
be your
tubes
going rate
down.
for work with us. Yes, the tubes, well, there's, we're not exactly sure what's going on with that. I couldn't give you the details until you sign the contract, I'm afraid. So we'll get
Alright.
that brought in just now. And they bring in a contract and this little mousy gnome with really long blonde hair that he keeps tripping over comes out with a clipboard and an abacus and is just sort of filling in a document and then presents it for you all to sign, and you all sign. Does anybody read it?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you read at hyperspeed?
Could you make an intelligence check for me?
Yay. 10.
10. Yeah, it seems fine.
Can I read
Right.
it too or no?
Yeah, I want to read it out.
Okay, sure. Make an intelligence check.
Big brain. Are you ready? Wait, where's my dice?
By the way, Bjorn, were you planning on doing your yoga today?
Yeah, I was.
Are you planning
Just
on
let me know when
talking
you wanna
throughout
do it.
all of this?
I got a dirty 20.
Dirty
Good.
20.
Wait, where's intelligence? Forehead.
Left hand,
Oh no, +0. Wait, left hand side, as in the
the
saving
top,
throw.
sorry.
Yeah, okay,
It's
17.
not the saving throws, but
So 17 +0.
And what about you, Mike?
I got a 6. I'm rolling so badly, like it's just garbage all around.
All right. Well, yeah, I mean, all of you think that the contract is fine.
All right, cool.
And it's what you would
Just a-
expect. Usual, like, loss of life, loss of limb, not necessarily their fault. They'll do their best to, like, recompense if need. Blah, 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 blah. Gives them a lot of power. You not getting paid. T's and
Alright.
C's, man. You just click past it.
yeah, I sign it.
Yeah, so you all sign it?
Yes.
John?
Yeah.
So, everybody signs it. It's wonderful. Right. So, here's the problem. Tubes are blocked. They have an obstruction. Down. They don't go out. We need capable to go down. The fact that you're able to deal. So, you're really our best option. Because also, if the Sea Elves are trying to clear it out going the other way, that could be problematic. There isn't a Sea Elf.
I see. So what are the tubes? The tubes are some kind of system that you have for the trade?
Yeah, exactly. So you saw the big, large rock protrusions that Arelsera sits on. Well, we tunneled down, and there's we're actually remaking use of sort of been about 3 years.
Oh.
Yes.
And is this blockage the reason that the trade has stopped between the two
Well,
cities?
we
or-
assume, like I said, people go in and nobody comes out, and
Mhm.
And
Are
also,
they,
the benefit for you in taking the tubes is, first of all, you deal with our little problem. And second of all, you won't have to water the whole.
Yep.
The tubes
Absolutely
are
true.
kept clear of water
Okay.
by the CL.
Good to
Now,
know.
I think that it is
Mhm.
very important to say that it could turn out that the Sea Elves just don't want to trade with us anymore. In which case, we're hoping that the fact that you're half Sea Elf will mean that you're able to.
Cool. Thanks.
Welcome. I don't
Um.
particularly like or understand us.
Yeah.
And Lance, you are
Well-
very aware that they don't particularly like or understand anything to do with the surface.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, they
I
learned a
mean,
long time ago that it was
I've
bad,
been-
and they haven't bothered relearning since.
I've been above the sea for 20 years now, almost like 18 years, and I still don't understand how land people work.
So, all
It's
right.
weird. They're weird. All of you are weird. So what do you want me to say to them if I find them and they're nice?
Well, we're going to give you a sending stone. Let us know how it goes.
Okay.
Like,
So if
we'll
I
just
find
have to
them,
play
I'm
it by
like,
ear.
oh,
I
wait
mean,
a second. Beep.
it's pointless saying anything now. I mean, I'm sure you're going to realize sooner rather than later when you're in the elf territory whether the problem is at our end or not. We meet in the middle, you see.
Yes.
Nobody travels the full distance. We maintain control of our end of the tube. They maintain their end of the tube. We have a militarized storage area in the middle.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Marvelous. Oh,
Oh, I have one question. Do you know of anyone called the Magistrate? Could you tell me about them at all?
A member of the ruling council of checks no. Yodelaranda.
Say that one more time.
Yodelaranda.
Yodelaranda.
Yes, it's the
Yeah.
capital city of Jotla, which is one of the. It is, in fact, the nation that Terskal is prison that you.
Yeah, that makes sense. And do you say they're on the council, head of the council?
They're on the council, head of the council. Yodelaranda has a. It doesn't have a leader per se. It's just. It functions kind of similarly to the Serral Court, only organized. Yeah.
Wait,
And
did you as a DM talk about me being in prison, or did this character?
Me as
It
a
was
DM.
DM.
Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, no, that'd be pretty wild, wouldn't it? Yeah, no, I'm just letting Nephilim know
Freaky.
that they know where Yodelaranda is, and that's a big deal, and that you didn't know that the magistrate was the ruling council, and now you do, and that's kind of terrifying. And also, you sat there, Nephilim. I'm gonna need you to make like a wisdom check, not a save, just a check.
Okay. 14 plus 2, 16.
All right. So, Nephilim, this revelation that the magistrate is actually part of the ruling council, like you knew he was important, but you didn't part of the ruling council. That's kind of troubling for you. As somebody who is working to overthrow the standard systems of rule that exist, turns out that they've spent the last nearly 6 months working for somebody who directly is part of that system, like in a position to be able to change it. And you're now doing the same thing for a different ruling council in a different city, or in this case, a ruling. I just thought it might be something for you to think about with Nephilim's character and their whole backstory, like how they actually feel suddenly having that, like, not only that revelation, but that revelation right after they sign a piece of paper saying that they're, committed to doing a job for the court of Arelsera.
Yikes.
Oh no.
Throwing it out there as something to consider, Mr. Member of the Shadows. What would Wind?
I'm fucked. Alright, okay.
All those scries have been happening.
I mean, I realized that.
So
Oh.
So I think we're going to send you on now. Do you have somewhere to put these? She indicates that.
Oh, yeah. I put them in the bag.
Okay, cool.
I look in them first.
All
I'm like,
right, so they're well labeled. There is. Got a piece of paper and a pen ready?
I got the.
Party.
Okay, so
The-
it's
the
two.
sheet,
It's
yeah.
2 crates. They hold 6 potions each. There are 12 potions in total. There are 6 potions of healing in 1 crate.
Yeah.
In the other crate, there are 2 greater potions.
Mm-hmm.
1 superior potion.
Uh-huh.
3 potions of. We weren't able to acquire enough potions for all of you. In the event there is flooding or anything, figure something. So these 3.
We need one more. Jesus.
Hmm.
I thought somebody had one. I thought we found one at some point in the shipwreck or something.
I
I
think
don't-
someone does have a potion.
Why don't we just have like the
Oh, we
magical
have 2
ability to
potions of
do
water breathing still.
Oh,
Okay, there you
wonderful.
go.
written
You're
down.
all sorted out.
I got it written down.
And here's the sending stone. Doesn't go directly to me, Zaleria.
Okay. I take that.
Right, wonderful. Now, Francis, send them back. Afraid I'm all tapped.
Sorry. Sorry.
So, only had 2 left for here and return trip. Return trip, get the rest of them here. Oh, Zaleria, you really must start explaining things better.
Here's Arelsera.
But you see, it's said almost like playfully with like a look of like, oh, for fuck on. You know, in the same way that like, have you ever seen the whiteboard notes to Darren or whoever it was working on the deli counter? Never mind. I'll link you guys afterwards. But yeah, it's kind of it looks like workplace banter from like manager to and is received. You get the impression that Tanith's a pretty good person. And you never did find out what her title was. She introduced herself and you don't know what her title is, as far as nobility goes.
That's true.
Well, I suppose you're here then. Back in the morning?
Sure.
Cool.
Alright, I'll arrange for... And
Thank you.
yeah. Anything you guys
Start-
would like to do?
Is there an armory that we can check out?
Oh yes, you said about a rapier. Zaleria will hunt.
I'm curious now. Can I ask what is your title?
Title?
Hmm.
Oh well. No, I don't really go by it much. Princess.
Huh. Cool.
Aha. Think I'm gonna be sick.
Well, to be fair, if you had to have a queen at some point, I would want her.
That's
She seems great.
yeah, that's fair.
She seems good. I'm just saying she seems like the kind of person who doesn't want to be queen anyway, which is why she would probably like do her
Is
best
this
to
Lance
be
or
like,
Shelley
a good
talking now?
queen. It's still Lance talking.
Well, thank you. I mean, that's very kind.
All right, let's.
Lance cannot talk to any women ever, apparently, especially when their title is princess.
Does she fight too?
You have no
I mean,
idea.
she Lance talked fine to Zaleria.
That's true.
She was a dick, but
That's
Lance
That's
was a dick. Zaleria too, but
In-
okay.
you're a tsundere towards other girls. What?
Yeah, it's fine.
You can only
Let's
be
keep
rude.
going.
You can only be rude to women.
Lance is awkward around women. We get it. It's fine.
That's funny.
No, I'm fine. We can keep talking about it. I don't mind.
No.
Yeah, we should probably go now before this gets even
We
weirder.
can't go, we're stuck.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yes, but I'll have
What do we
Zaleria
get-
show you to the armory, and then you can. Plenty to do.
Cool.
If any of
Can
you
we
into
get- can we do like a-
badminton, I'll give you a game.
Me.
Oh, have you
Says-
played before?
No.
Perhaps you could have a go with one. Food. See how
Work
good
it way
you
up.
are.
Are you like the best?
Pretty good. I wouldn't say the best. other lives and what.
Interesting.
Whatnot.
Yeah.
Can we do like an
wanna
epic training
explore.
montage?
Sure. You guys roll through the armory, and there's like this great scene of you trying on different styles of armor. And then Nephilim, you're like sat there, and you got a rapier in one hand, another rapier in your other hand. And, the heart of the cards is found within you all, and blah 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 blah. And yeah. So, if you guys have anything specific you want to do, then sure. I would say that anybody who doesn't have a +1 of whatever weapon they use primarily would be able to get hold of a +1 weapon here.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Wait,
+1 of
just
whatever you've
one-
got.
Me
What
picking
else
up enough
is-
a rapier doesn't stop my rapier vengeance fucking whatever it's called attuning. Does it disentune me?
No, you have to detune from an item, which won't become a thing until you've got 3 things you need to attune.
Can I find
Okay.
out what other things count as simple weapons?
Yeah, it's if you look up 5e weapons, then it'll be everything under simple.
That's true.
I mean, I can
So
just read the
this is-
list if you like.
This is
Sure.
the equivalent of like
In
Agent
fact, let
Cody
me send
Bank
you the link.
being in the government.
Yeah.
It's like Kingsman right now.
I want to use a different weapon.
So that's a good. That's the easiest list of weapons that I can find. So everything under simple melee and simple ranged. Simple weapon.
I'm taking a walk through the cherry orchard.
Sure.
Thank
Nice.
you.
Not very wet.
It's still nice.
Sure.
Cherry trees.
Wait, that was my. Yeah.
I
let me
mean, when
just
you have a
think
look through it, and
real
you can
quick.
just let me know, because
Yeah.
we're not going to be going anywhere before the end. Unless you guys have anything else, we'll sort of call it here with a long rest in this place. But before we do that, Bjorn, you going to do some yoga in the orchard?
Yeah, I am.
I went away more than 30 feet away or whatever it was. And the thing is on another plane of existence, and I went on a walk all by myself. Doesn't that do something now? Wasn't it like a thing where you have to keep in a certain distance? Which is why it was such a problem that he couldn't lift it. And I was like, oh, you have to keep in a certain amount of
Wait, what?
distance of it.
I'm confused.
When you got the artifact, Bjorn,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's trying to get away from you to
to deattune
see.
you.
Yeah.
Because
to
it
see
was
if it
like,
does
oh,
anything.
you have to hold it.
Hang on, wait. Let me check what the attunement distance. How far did you go on your walk? I mean, it's a pretty big orchard.
I went as far as I could. It's an orchard. I guess there's walls of some kind at some point, or the cherry.
Make a.
like- I just stood up and I was like, I'm gonna go for a walk, and then I went. And everybody else was like, ooh, weapons.
Well, Bjorn would have no interest in weapons. Okay. If the item has been more than 100 feet away for at least 24 hours.
For 24 hours. Gonna be gone for a
It's
while.
so
you
that
guys.
party members can't dick over other party members from their magic
No.
items in exactly this way.
It's for his own good. He's got 17 hit points. Oh my god.
You can always just talk to him.
I tried. I tried a little bit. Okay, I'm just gonna go for my walk and then I'm gonna come back and I'm like, what's up,
So-
guys? What you're doing?
Bjorn,
Bjorn. Can I?
let
Can
me
I?
look up details of balanced oil. So, you need to spend 2 hours doing yoga.
All right.
Make a
So
constitution check.
I'm taking it out of the bag of holding for you. Another question: if it was in the bag of holding, does it Like
So
technically,
they're different.
Yeah, but it has to be for more than 24 hours.
it has to be for more than
So
24
you
hours.
just
And
yes.
have-
But I
items
don't
that are
know
within a
if
bag of
it's-
holding for the purposes of proximity magic are considered within range.
Okay,
Okay.
it's
In,
good to know.
for that sense. You know,
Yeah.
I'm sure if it comes up, I'll make an exception if I need to, but that seems like a general rule that'll be fine.
The armory is officially. It's only like there's no magic weapons in there or anything like that. Just
Well,
plus
plus
one
one
plus one.
weapons are magical.
Okay. There's no like other variants.
There is, but you're not there yet.
Okay.
Is there someone in the armory who looks like they are one of the people who enchant that stuff?
Yeah, she's showing you the way.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm
Well,
probably
if you
gonna go at
ask,
a later
you're like-
point
if you're like,
because I
"Oh,
was on a walk.
Who enchants these items? Zalaria is like, oh, I do quite a lot.
Oh, cool. How long does it take to do
Depends
that?
on what it is.
How do I?
Trident, or what enchantment?
Anything that makes it better, I guess. Just like a.
Well, then anywhere from 3 days to 20 to
Ew.
50 to 100 to 3,000. I don't know.
So the smallest one is 3 days. That's a long time.
Don't quote me on that. He's
Sure.
being flippant.
Yeah.
Can look it
Just,
up for you now that you're putting me on the goddamn spot, Lance.
So it's probably a little bit much to ask you to enchant it anyway, because it's also really expensive as far as I know. It's just everybody's getting cool weapons and I don't want to trade my trident. I like it.
Problematic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You say everyone's getting cool weapons, but I'm looking at the stuff and I don't know if
Well,
I
you
call
get
it
a plus
cool.
one.
You are a cleric. You know that, right? Like,
You still get a plus
Alright.
1 weapon.
That's true.
Pretty good.
I'm just gonna. Oh wait. Ooh, wait. Hold a minute. Let me look at this one.
the minimum is 2 days for like a basic +1 enchant.
Yeah, that's a little long. That's okay.
Just, you know, over the next 5 level ups, just take warlock levels and be hexblade.
No.
Edge yourself.
No.
All right. Well,
Average
if you're looking for an
players.
improved version, I recommend when you get.
Yeah. If
Well, they've
they're
got some thing to your
kind
liking.
spirited. They're
I
Can I
haven't
just
had
gr-
any direct dealings myself.
Can I just grab 2 weapons that interest me?
What are the 2 weapons?
A light hammer +1 and a sickle +1.
Hammer and sickle.
Yeah, why not? Right?
Hey, you guys are
Soviet
revolutionaries,
Union.
partially. Yeah, I mean, what do you think Nephilim is?
No.
I've never seen such an obvious case of communist in my life.
Don't know what you're on about.
Well, I've never met anybody who wanted to get paid quite so much as the average communist.
I literally was a thief.
Yeah. And where do you think most of the black market weapons came from during the Cold War? All right. So,
Bjorn,
Mm-hmm.
2 hours with the thingy.
yeah, you spent 2 hours of the thing. Have you made your constitution check yet?
Oh no, I haven't.
I don't know. I like the idea of having a hammer and sickle. It fits the character.
That is a D20, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, not good. 8.
8. All right. Let me just make a note.
Can I find Bjorn when he's done, or shortly before he's done?
Sure. Yeah, like right as he's finishing, you wander up.
Hey, what's up? I'm being awkward. That's okay. Bjorn, can I talk to you about that thing?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go straight out with it, like totally honest. I don't think it's smart for you to have it.
Why is this? Because you want it?
Yes, but also you're already pretty squishy.
Honesty.
You're already pretty squishy, and you went down in an instant the last time, and I was the only one that was still standing, and I'm really worried
every single fight.
You know, like Michelangelo also went down, and he's the only one who could save you if you went down again, which is pretty likely, given that you look very pale right now. And I just hate to lose you.
This is some manipulative.
Actually, wait.
You can keep it if you want to. It's just.
What is your HP right now? 17.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
I could blow in your general direction. You just die.
And he'd be dead. Yeah. And he's like, I dodge it. Yeah, but if you throw a fireball at that guy.
What's the damage output though? Like, what's the benefit? Like, how much damage do you do right now?
If I miss a shot with my bow and hit him, I kill him. That's how weak he's looking.
If he throws a fireball that he's in the range of and rolls more than 2s on all the dice, he dies.
Yeah,
it's
but we don't
pretty
know what's
fucking
gonna
likely.
happen if we keep going.
It's pretty likely that he dies.
But you don't know if I keep doing it.
It's beyond risk to take.
Yeah,
I know, but like we're going down those tubes probably tomorrow or some other point. I don't know if you're coming with or not, but then if you're not coming with, then we're going to the mountains into that tube where we don't know. Oh yeah, he has to know he signed. So we go, and we don't know what's gonna await us there, and if it's something that's just like remotely powerful.
Well, we all get an extra bit of cut. We go up to 500 gold each.
Y'all are not.
Hey, don't put me in the same boat as him, right? He's the commoner, not me.
I'm just really worried that
you Marxist scum.
That it's not the smartest way to use this, and actually the dumbest way to use this, because it puts you at a really great risk, and I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah,
but yeah,
is there any payoff at all? Like, what has it done to improve your stats? That's what I'm curious about. Like, just asking player to player. Is that meta gaming? That is meta gaming, isn't it?
It's metagaming if you use it in game.
Oh, I mean,
yeah.
Don't know how that's abusable. I guess it is because we're influencing his decision to continue to use it. So yeah, that is metagaming. Continue.
I just think you've been using it and you've been looking a bit more pale than normal, and
it definitely looks like he's lost weight. Like he's quite gaunt and sallow.
I really think you should listen to what Lance has to say, but it's your choice at the end of the day to keep interacting with strange magical objects. I guess it's your gig. I'm gonna start walking off into the orchard, find somewhere nice to meditate, maybe find some animals to chill out with.
I think
about.
Sure, yeah. I mean, if you exploring the property over the course of the evening, you can definitely find like a side gate and stuff out and wildland.
Yeah.
Can I see if I'm sick nasty at badminton?
Sure. Yeah. So they find a staff member for you to play against. It's
I wish I didn't go now.
So it's Francis's brother Evan, and it looks set to be the match of the day. You know, like everybody's heard about this. it's an evening match. Francis sends up a couple of daylight spells just to like get it nice and floodlit, and you're on this badminton court, and there's no wind or anything. It's just a still night, and this net's set up, and you're handed a racket, and then somebody goes, not really big enough, and well, I guess you'll have to make do, and if you don't have your own racket.
It's fine. I'll use a
So
small
you
racket.
just sort of like,
Make a spiritual weapon.
I cast
Spiritual racket.
you want to cast spiritual weapon?
No, because wait, can I actually use that?
I mean, I'll let you. Sure, you can use your spiritual weapon as a badminton racket.
Sure. Let's do it.
Okay, so you set up this game,
Yes.
and you're stood there, and you're holding the normal racket, and you throw it to the ground,
I'm an adult.
and you hold out your
Throw it on
hand,
the
and you make you do the somatic components of the spell, and this badminton racket is glowing and divine, and has this motif of like a raised eyebrow going down the barrel of it, and you stood there now, you're ready, and you're so big, and Evan's looking up at you, and he's just this like scrunch. Yeah, Francis is a human, by the way. Evan's just like this 17-year-old human, just looking up at this giant Goliath, wearing this holding this glowing giant badminton racket, and he's like, Francis, I'm supposed to be able to beat this guy. And Francis goes, yeah, mate. Yeah, no, he's never played before. You should be fine. All right. He's pretty big. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Nobody's making bets or anything. And Michelangelo, you can hear in the background. Yeah, I'll have 5 gold on Evan.
I wanna put 5 gold on Michelangelo.
Yeah, sure. You're like, I'll take that bet. So
Yeah.
all right, so you've cast spiritual weapon. Everyone's like looking around. In 30 seconds or so. You have first serve, Michelangelo.
Okay.
Make an athletics check.
Yes. All right. Be the one of the day. Give me the fucking 20. All
Come
right.
on.
Oh.
What is that? That's 11.
11. All right. You're doing okay. You're holding your own. You get a good rally going. He doesn't immediately take points off you. You did have one false start on the serve, so like reset
behind.
happens to everybody.
Right.
And then you go to return the shuttlecock, and right as you're swinging your racket through,
Whatever. I'm gonna take
Idiot.
it as I have potential. Right. The potential was
okay. So you want to cast it
the
again?
normal one, dude. Take the normal one and just go for it. I bet money on you from the sidelines.
I mean, the normal racket's still there.
You said that no one was taking bets, Francis.
Fine. I'm gonna just take the normal racket.
Okay, so you reach down and pick up this tiny little racket that's like a toothpick, and it feels even worse after having that like divine connection to Semka. In the back of your mind, you're like, like a misuse of power, maybe. I don't know.
I'm gonna craft a stone racket.
Okay, now make an athletics check with disadvantage because my face hurts.
Oh god. Okay.
Get him. Oh no.
This is just a bad day for me. Okay, so that's 8.
8.
Yeah, it's 2 plus my athletics, right?
So, I mean, this racket's tiny. And, you're only just keeping in with, like, a proportional racket. That actually gives you a huge advantage in badminton. So, yeah, it's not going so well for you. Game gets ended pretty rapidly, and Evan's getting clapped on the back by Francis, and Lance is handing over money to somebody, and... but it was fun. You had fun, and it was exercise. And to be fair, it was enough of a spectacle, and everyone comes over and says, good game and everything. And And Tanith comes over and says, perhaps with the right racket, you might do something at some point.
I'm gonna get good at badminton in this universe. I want to beat the prince.
Like cycling in GTA San Andreas, you know?
That's my goal. My goal is to come back here at some point and beat the princess in a game of badminton.
All right.
So that's a side note. It's like Michelangelo feels this internal
It's like,
this motivation. I will become the best.
To be fair, though, Tanith really is somebody who makes you feel like you want to impress her. She's very charismatic in that. She would be a good ruler.
Oh well, that's my fun.
So. Oh god, Rams is there? I thought he'd left. Like, there was no face there, you know? Like, my facial recognition didn't ping because he was, like, leaning over to the side and head was down. Alright. So, Bjorn, would you like the bad news?
Well,
You're dead.
What's your worst stat right now?
My worst stat is strength.
Yeah, that's gone from a 5 to a 4.
Okay, there's some RNG to this thing.
Dude, if it drops to 0, you're dead. I just
fine.
want to point that out. And you're not. I don't think you're dead, and we can get you back
He'll be fine.
because
You
we
worry
will bring
too
you back with
much.
a 0
I mean,
strength, then you're instantly dead again.
If he
I'm
I'm
unattunes
just
to
pointing
it,
it out.
if he unattunes to it, his stats roll back, right?
Yes. As far as you
but
know.
he also loses any benefits.
Any
that
of the
he-
bonuses as well.
whatever.
What if it? Okay, wait. How many days has it been used? Is that like how many times have you had to roll for this?
4?
4. And how many of those were
Fine.
benefits?
Wait. Yeah, 4 times. 1 time was a benefit.
And that was because you rolled over a certain number. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
do
know.
still feel nimble, by the way, Bjorn. You still got the +1 AC, even though you failed the check.
It's fine.
Okay.
He'll be fine.
I'm gonna
All
jokingly
it-
punch you tomorrow. Let's see if you're still
All it's done is give you +1 armor class.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah, but
Didn't-
we
At
just
least,
don't know,
not
right?
if you
This is the
can't make the
magic relic.
Constitution saving checks. The Constitution.
Didn't we identify it as something positive?
No,
Maybe
it's
we can just
it
reattune to
depends
it.
on how you use it. As far as I understand it, you have to always make a con check, and if you are above a certain number, it gives you something, and if you are below the number, it takes away
Takes away.
something, or it gives you something else. But it's probably not always good or always bad, you know. And as soon as
You just
stop
don't know
doing
enough.
it, then...
Like, Identify did
Yeah.
not give you the full details of this item. It's very complicated magic. It's affecting Bjorn physically in an astonishingly fast rate of time. Like, he looks even skinnier now than he did when he started doing his yoga.
I think you should reattune to it. Just like unattune and then reattune to it. Because then it would be like
You can do it if you want.
then
But as
at
soon
least-
as he fails one of the checks, it's again
mean,
a
You don't know?
it'll
bad
it would
thing.
still
We don't
suck,
know. Yeah.
but you know, like
Don't know exactly how it works. You haven't had enough experience. There hasn't been enough scenarios played out.
Yeah.
he hasn't died enough times.
Let's just keep it going for a bit and we'll see.
If you die,
I like.
I want you.
I like.
I'm a fan of seeing it out too.
Yeah, me too. I want to.
If you
I
if
wanna
you hit
see
0
it
on any
someone
stat, you will
else.
die.
Someone who is actually good at con checks, maybe.
Yeah, it does make sense that like. I don't think it's gonna give you any magical bonuses though, which is why
I mean,
I'm
it
like-
already has. It increased his spell DC.
Wait, it has? I thought it did was raise his armor class by 1. I thought that was the only benefit.
No, his 3 highest stats were increased by 2, and his 3 lowest were reduced by 3. So he got +1 onto his spells DC.
Guess that's good. I mean, it is good, but it's just
You
not.
can be you can be an illusionist sniper mage. So you just stay really far away from everything and shoot like a firebolt into combat, kill everything, and then you don't get harmed or anything. That's the only role.
Yeah,
That's like-
unless the other side also has someone with a bow, because then he's instantly dead.
Or
Well,
just
he just
And
creates
too far away
illusion.
for any of us to save him.
the wind.
Yeah. He just
Literally picks him
stumbles,
up.
stumbles on
Carries
some
him
kind of
away.
root, and then he's dead. We're going through the forest, and he runs into a tree, and he's dead.
Wait, how much do you weigh?
Fine.
At this point, Bjorn, you can't lift yourself up. Like you couldn't do a pull up or something.
Oh no.
Like you're out of press up situation.
You're like
You can't
you're like
you can't support your body weight now.
You are dying, my friend.
Fine, I trust the thing.
You're suffering from anorexia right now.
You
He's
trust
doing
the
a-
thing.
You
he's doing a
trust?
Joker.
Oh god, I don't know. It's worse than that. Oh well.
This
Hey,
is something
if he
you
makes
can't
the
just
con
half commit
check,
to.
Does this con go down though? Because it's like a lower stat. Like it's one of his bad stats,
You
right?
don't know how it's going to progress.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could all change.
Or you could just die.
I know.
Or you
how
could
it's
just
gonna
straight up
progress.
die.
Yes. I mean,
He's
Like-
either
If you're
die-
willing to take the chance
I
to
am,
die
right?
either from the artifact or from
It's
any
fine.
kind
that's
of
the
combat,
reason I
that's
even
okay,
came
but-
here.
Your
I'll
character
take you
kind of half
anyway.
sucks anyway. So like, if you die, you could just make a new one.
Wow!
Well,
Not every character is involved in every conversation, guys. I mean, we'd all like it if Bjorn talked more, but like, wishing he was dead seems like a lot.
Wow.
Oh, I'm a savage. Born.
you wait till I get
Right.
super powerful, dude. You're fucked.
Yeah, forget Dragonborn.
I'll wait.
I don't think so, because you might be super powerful, but like Michelangelo could just spit it.
Breathe on you.
You'll die.
Oh god. This
Yeah,
is.
we'll see.
We'll
Yeah.
see. I
You
guess.
keep that item.
Yeah, I will.
Mm.
Oh, this is a great. This
Yeah,
is
you're
a-
gonna make me evil.
Make you evil.
You,
Oh.
you don't know what
He's-
it's going to do, but make an
Maybe
intelligence check. Bjorn.
All right.
Bjorn's instincts are now kick again.
What is that?
A lot.
20.
Okay. So, Bjorn, it's entirely up to you how you use this. You're pretty sure they're right, but I just want to stress, like, as the DM, that just because you know something doesn't mean you're going to pay attention to it. People know that stuff is a bad idea and then continue to do it all the time. That's how bars
He
make
says-
money.
I don't know.
And in fact, actually, make a wisdom save as well.
He's gonna fall over and then not be able to get back up. Uh,
18.
Pretty sure you can handle.
Handle what? The.
You'll be fine.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Don't worry about it. Hey, like, sure, it's a risk, but you've taken risk.
Yeah, I'm fine, guy.
Okay.
That wisdom check, by the way, was for your resolve in the face of peer pressure.
oh, okay.
So a high roll meant fixed to his guns, and bowing under. So,
It's okay.
what do you guys want to do now? Is that it? We long
I
rested?
think so. Long rested.
I
Ready for the
Oh,
tubes.
Rovan, you're out in the
Rovan.
wilderness.
Yeah, Rovan is
yeah.
out in the wilderness. He's feeling kind of lonely. Like he just wants to spend some time with animals. And
Yeah, I mean, it's
Maybe.
you travel for less than half an hour and you're in deep woods, almost jungle-like territory. through around you.
Sorry, I'm reading something. I mean, are there, like, having kind of sat down and been there for a while, are there any animals that seem to kind of come up to me, see if what I'm about, kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, once you've been sat there for a little while, I'll say that if you take this time, it's going to be enormous.
Hmm.
You can still find the benefits of kind of your for a forest ranger. So this kind of forest very similar. You know where you're likely to be able to find a little part of you that
Hmm.
what are you looking for and where are you going to look?
I don't even know if we're on the same page here, so I'm scared. I so as it's the forest similar to home, I would assume there would be some kind. So if it's similar to home, there would be a lot of like that. Be a feline kind of tree cat kind of hanging about,
Definitely.
and I want to go looking for one.
You know the best place. Search for a water source. You backtrack from that. Climb high in the canopy above.
Mm.
See if it's a
Specimen.
How's
make
my
a survival check.
survival check? 17.
17.
Why is everybody else's roll so good, man?
All right. Takes a little while. Nighttime. Almost miss.
Uh, 21.
Almost miss it. But you just catch it out of the corner of your eye. This glossy black. Stealthily.
I'm a track it. Get kind of
Follow it for a little bit.
does it notice me?
You don't know. Are you trying to be stealth?
At first, yes.
Roll stealth.
10. Even with my +6, a 10.
Doesn't appear to notice.
Okay.
Stealthy.
Feeling pretty stealthy.
Along. Surprised. Doesn't appear to be patrolling around this water source that you've in a different direction you didn't expect. And make a perception.
17.
17, huh?
Yeah.
You lose sight.
Ah.
Tell me, Rovan. The 14 hit you?
No.
Or hunter's senses alert. Suddenly you feel it bearing down upon you from behind. You dart out of the way, and it slides past, grabbing onto a branch, and growling at you, staring it down.
I'm gonna attempt to start speaking with it.
All right. You can't speak with animals.
Yeah.
What do you say?
I don't want to hurt you. And I don't think you need to hurt me. We've just crossed each other's paths. I'm Ravan. Nice to meet you.
Advantage, because you're speaking panther.
Goodness, I had that advantage. 19.
19. All right. Not bad. Not bad.
What was your first roll?
Without advantage, it would have been 4.
All right. So you watch the panther. It sort of takes a step back, surprised. Growls back at you, and you hear, it's weird, you hear both the sound of it growling, but you also hear the intent behind the words, the language that's following people sound like crossing paths.
Alright. I'll be straightforward with you. There's no need for deception here. I was getting back to nature, getting back to what I know. I'm from very similar forest to this. And I feel like I needed to get back to my roots and get back with, nature, and spending time with animals is how I do that. I'm struggling here as a player. I don't know what to do.
You've never been in a scenario like this.
Right, where
Yeah.
you're having to seduce a panther? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never thought about this. So, who do we know who's a furry? Rams, do you know about this?
Yeah, Rams knows all about furries.
No,
Yeah.
but like, I don't know. How do you tame an animal?
So you
Figure it
chose to go
out.
down the speaking route, so it's less animal handling and more charisma checks that we're doing here. So why don't you make a persuasion check, generally, to see how well Rovan communicates his intent.
4.
Not
I'm
communi-
speaking his language. Do I still have that advantage? Oh wait, am I in my favorite terrain? Hold on.
Yeah, you are in your favorite terrain. What does that actually give you?
Hold on. Terrain type, wait. Okay, no.
And-
No, it's not charisma. It's intelligence or wisdom checks.
Ah, so close.
Yeah. So yeah, 4.
Okay, a 4. So, not buying what you're selling. It can. This panther. You can't tell from your position whether it's male or female. But this panther does not appear to. This panther can tell that you don't know what you want right now.
Okay.
And it doesn't reply, just looking at you. It appears not to be treating you as a threat. It's curious. Curiosity always kills the cats, guys.
But satisfaction brings it back,
Meow.
It's curious. This is difficult.
activates a noose.
Well, that pretty
Yeah, if only you
bad.
took that feat.
I don't know.
Offer it feet pics.
Jesus. I mean, does it seem to be kind of willing to hang around for a while, this panther?
Yeah, I mean, it's not making any move to leave. It
Oh.
appears happy to listen. It doesn't appear to be in a rush to leave. Still wary, but the fact that you're talking to it and trying to communicate with it is a big win. Yeah, we can't afford that, I'm afraid. That song. So, maybe don't play that, because I'd rather not get DMCA'd onto YouTube, thanks.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Should I just sing it?
Do you want to pitch tone it so that at least it's not matching up with the... Come on, be a more off-key
Yeah,
round. Stop being such a good
no.
musician.
Already
Gonna mute rounds. There we go. Problem solved. So, Rovan, your moment with the panther.
Amazing.
I want to try and bond with it in some way. I'm trash at coming up with what I would say, but basically Rovan's intention here is to find at least a friend in the forest, animal-wise.
All right, make an animal handling check. With advantage, because you're casting speak with animals, and if you're proficient, it's doubled because you're in forest. The proficiency bonus is doubled, not check. That'd be insane.
Okay, 24.
Okay, what was it on the die? Just double check.
14 on the die.
Okay.
My proficiency is 5 handling.
Your proficiency is 3, so that would be plus 8 what you rolled.
24.
What?
Still over 20. Okay, cool. Your proficiency bonus is plus 3. Your wisdom bonus is plus 2. When you make a check that you're proficient with, you add the skill, which in this case is wisdom, to the and the proficiency bonus, which is where you get the 5 from. So then it's plus 8 because your proficiency is doubled, not the wisdom.
Okay.
No worries.
So
Yeah, it's complicated. So favorite terrain, Okay, so it was over 20. So I'm gonna say this cat is curious, as it were. And it's willing to try.
Show you around.
Okay.
So,
I'm a definite. I would like to attempt to stop. Then, if the cat is willing to try to bond, then I am willing. I want to try to start bonding with the cat.
yeah, it's gonna start following you around. You just did the bonding thing. That was what we were doing with the check.
Oh, that was
that. Done.
That was the 8 hours.
Well, it's not 8 hours, but
Okay.
so yeah, no, it's done. Yeah, it'll be the morning when you come back, but there'll be a panther with you on it.
What's his name? Should at least ask it that.
Whilst I am speaking, then that's a pretty good idea.
You wouldn't bother. Because
You
as a
wouldn't
ranger,
bother?
you would be aware that it wouldn't have a name to communicate as it.
Mm.
Sure, it could tell you what its name is in Panther, but that is irrelevant because there's no translation for that,
Mm.
So it'd be up to you to give it a name in the common tongue.
Okay.
And you do find out that it's a male panther.
Okay.
Nasty.
I'm probably gonna then spend the rest of the night in the
Oh,
forest.
you definitely will be. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Seems like a good place to call it there, guys.
Alright.
No,
Nice.
don't call it there.
Why not?
Well, that's a terrible name for a panther.
Ha. Very good.
For that, you're all level 6 now.
Yay!
Wait, when do I get my my bonus for saying marmaladed as well?
I level up for playing badminton.
I think it was more the political stuff, but
I'm
sure.
dying.
You're dying, yeah. You're slowly withering.
Yeah,
away.
Bjorn, you've got problems, man.
I should have played badminton with you.
He's got 99 problems, and that artifact is all of them.
So at level 6, all right, I've just gone up to level 6.
That may
Oh, I
give
got
it
an
away.
ability score improvement and an expertise improvement. So I can have a new feat. Ooh, this is cool. Or I can do ability score improvement. Aha, that's cool. I think I want a new feat. That sounds fun.
Wait, what?
Like,
Why are you getting a feat?
I don't know. I just leveled up to level 6, and it says,
You're getting a feat at level 6? What?
"Look, wait,
My hit points went up. What else happens? What else is
wait,
supposed to
just look, this is what's happened,
Hang on.
right? I just moved to level 6. Yeah.
happen? Level 6.
Yeah, you get
What does it say?
expertise. You get to.
Oh no, it came with these. Yeah, why is this there as well?
Apparently, because you never picked it.
So I don't have a feat right now.
No,
No.
well, you took sharpshooter, right? That was what you took.
Oh right, I didn't like. Oh yeah.
You need to actually click buttons for that to happen.
All right, so I get expertise. Choose rogue. Expertise.
Okay.
Wait, what does this do?
I'm a decide.
Well,
on that
read it,
stuff later.
Rams. That's how you. That's how you find
Yeah.
out. Yeah, you guys don't need.
Okay.
Are we still live?
Okay.
We are right now, but I'm clicking the button now. Bye, Twitch.